Hello Chato and Matto.
It's good you came in summer. In winter, it can get very depressing.
Chatto, it's Sundat, and coming up today on Outcasts 2 Icons, we're at a new club. The kind people at RFC Seraing gave us a chance in Belgium to better ourselves and maybe even finally get a coaching badge one day. We've got huge financial troubles, £13 million worth of debt, but we actually have some budget to spend on players, and today we intend to do exactly that, to turn them into the giants that they once were. All that and more coming up today on Outcasts 2 Icons, Spinny Chair. We take that one. Giants. Yes, that's right, Giants. You heard, Richard. Don't you bring your Belgian knowledge in here, ruining my intro. James. Was it still knocked down? Because I got this and that green jumper I had with the Venus de Milo on it, £7 each on the Primark sale, and I was happy with that. £7 for a really nice warm jumper. Loved it. Yeah, I would advise it. It's a little oversized. Which in a way is a good thing, actually, because this is a large, but it feels like an extra large. Either that or I've just lost more weight. Could be both. No, it didn't. It did not go well in Serie C, unfortunately. We were kind of set up to fail there in many ways. Paul and Ray, both of you, thank you for the 45.
So I miss a week of streams and Matt has been kicked out of another club.
I jumped before I was pushed.
Or did the local Don Corden hear about Pog's previous assassinations attempt and thought his market was under threat, so went to the local paper to inform this of this scandal?
Yes, pretty much. But I'm nearly better. Not quite. I feel like every time I get to the end of the day, I'm like, I think I'm okay now. And then I'll wake up the next morning and I just have this still slight sort of underlying sickiness. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel slightly sweatier for no apparent reason. Where you're just not quite right, but you're just like damn near right, and you just can't quite shake off the last little dredges of illness. It's really frustrating. Yeah, Serie C turned out to be... Basically, we made poor decisions in Serie C. That's basically debt when we left. I think the club was actually in stable finances. They had like 800k in the bank, basically. Lockers, thank you for the 5 bits. That is super kind of you, my friend. We just turn this down without accidentally triggering the intro again. Look at him go. He's learning. He also managed to actually put the intro in this time. It's almost like he was just incredibly excited and couldn't wait to... Literally, I played FM for fun yesterday. I'd just like to put that out there. I actively chose on my 1 day a week off to come and play some more Football Manager. I played 4 hours of FM yesterday afternoon. I mean, I haven't done that for ages. For fun. I mean, not entirely for fun. It was still for work, but I didn't have to do it, is my point. And I chose to on a Saturday. I was just like, yeah, fuck it. I want to play some more of my Beaconsfield save. And holy shit is all I can say about that one. Link to finance back in Belgium. Oh, yes. Could you please do so? I'd be very curious to hear about this, basically. Gunpoint will play. No, I was actually having a nice time. Basically, I started doing some work on the Beaconsfield thing on Friday, and then I got so into it that I really wanted to play it yesterday afternoon to finish off the first season. Basically, I couldn't believe it. But not only, I think partly it was that, but partly because when I finished stream on Thursday, as I mentioned in the Discord, I have done nothing but want to play this save again, and I couldn't. And I rarely ever am in that situation where I want to play a film, but I can't. So I was like, right, I need to do something. I need to play a different save then. Offline save, it's my Beaconsfield save for a YouTube video I'm working on, which won't be out for months because I'm trying to win the Premier League using only academy players starting in the 7th tier, and I'm not allowed to sign anybody. But, so it's going to take like 40, 50 seasons probably. But I thought I'd get a start on that one just to see if I can knock it out by the end of the game cycle. That's the hope anyway. Oh, nice one, Daz. Cheers. Ooh, Firefox is on the wrong window. There we go. I'll keep an eye on that. I'll have a proper read through that later on. Oh. Talk about playing and having... I know, Mighty Drag. It's crazy to imagine that playing and having fun at the same time is actually possible in Football Manager. But I'll tell you what. I may have accidentally cooked the ultimate lower league tactic. Completely by accident. Which... You bet your ass, if we start to struggle with our asymmetric nonsense, I will be moving over to. So I've got a backup plan just in case. But I'm pretty content with our asymmetric nonsense right now, because it does work, we know. But I've got something in the back pocket just in case. James and Kathy, thank you for the 37 months.
In honor of 37 months in this community, and as it's a number that is limited in its specialness, I'm dedicating this one the chat. So thanks for 37 months, you past a loving, silly computer men watching, whiz quiz extraordinaires. Love you all.
Did we just, like, retire the number 37? I can see it now being hung in the rafters, James, next to the Western Conference. Hey, how did we get there? We shall now keep the number 37 free, for it represents Chatto. There you go, consider it done. But not have any strikers, it actually has 2. It's a 4-4 fucking 2. But it uses defensive wingers, because someone told me the other day on stream that they were kind of goated this year, and I thought, hey, I'm in the lower leagues, let's give it a pop. And ooh, let me tell you, chat, let me tell you, they are spectacular if you play them in the right way. Yeah, so what I've been doing with them basically is, I'll show you in a minute, because I don't want to show you the save, obviously, because it will spoil stuff from it. The one thing I will tell you about the Beaconsfield save, though, is first season youth intake, I got a player called Paddy Galvin. That's not the good part, although that is a good sign, who is 4'11". 4'11". Absolutely huge. And the thing is, I didn't even notice it, right? Because I wasn't paying too much attention to their heights. I was looking at their, like, attributes, and they're, well, not P8, because they all 5-star at that level. But I put him on the bench. Yeah, he is Irish as well. I brought him off the bench in his first league game, and I saw him running against the centre-back, and I was just like, how the fuck tall is this dude? Clicked on him, and it was 4'11". Insane. I think he's quite literally the minimum. No, he was a striker. That was what made it even weirder. Striker. Diminutive. I mean, to be fair, no matter where he plays, he's diminutive. But yeah. Oh, mate, I was just like, right, writing that down. That'll definitely be the first thing for the first season of the video. But yeah. So what I've done with defensive wingers basically is I've got the defensive winger role, but I've essentially used player instructions to turn them into normal wingers that just have way more defensive duties, and they just cover so much ground. At that level, it's insane. Toffee Boy, thank you very much for the 10 months. Hope you're having a fabulous day as well. And there is an update for you hard news in the Patreon itself as well. Bear that in mind. I did go through each one, but I'm also going to do some like exclusive Patreon videos specifically using the Patreon regens for other stuff too, because not all of you obviously managed to get them in time for the save, and I want to make sure that we do stuff with those other patrons as well. So I may do some like interesting like last man standing videos with the Patreons if that's what you guys want to see, just like exclusive over there. Do you want to have Regan Booty or Miko Rantanen? I don't know, Andrew. You tell me. I can't think of a solution. You just give me any idea whether I'd rather have Rico. No, the answer is Miko Rantanen. I'd much rather have Rico Rantanen. Oh God. So Gus Showbiz put a message in the Discord yesterday morning, basically being like, I need match reaction to the abs trade, and I was like, oh nah. What's happened? My first thought was that we traded Miko for JT Miller. Or something like that. I feel like that would have been bad business for Vancouver, but that was my first thought given all the trade rumors surrounding him. And then when I looked on Instagram and I saw that it was Marty Natchez and Jack Drury, plus Chicago were there too, just taking some of Miko's salary, I thought, whoa. At the moment, it looks like we've been absolutely fleeced. Oh, JT Miller would have been a much better trade. Like, I like Marty Natchez a lot, but okay, I watched the game last night. He didn't look amazing for me. It seems like, unfortunately, what we've done is we've got rid of yet another player that shoots a lot and replaced him with another guy that passes a lot. And you can't have every single player trying to pass a lot. We didn't get an around. The only thing I could think of, Viva, is that we cleared up some cap space. Not a lot, but some, which either means we're clearing up some space for Landy, or we have another trade in mind that we're trying to fill that slot with. That's the only thing I can think of. But right now, it does look like we've just got absolutely fleeced. Particularly as the Canes got Taylor Hall as well. It's not ideal. Gen 17. I don't know, actually. Usually... Basically, the birthdays, I actually set their birthdays and their birth year. So whatever team they... Like, whatever year they come in, they will be that age, obviously. But sometimes it will choose to make them gen a year later, even if I've given them the birthday of that year. You know how, like, sometimes you get a 15-year-old in the youth intake, and sometimes you get a 17-year-old in the same youth intake? Yeah, so we're at a team called Seraing, which I realise I'm probably pronouncing incorrectly, but everywhere I looked it up, the only pronunciation that I could find in, like, Walloon, like French Belgian, was Seraing. Because all the other ones are all Dutch pronunciations, which obviously they're not a Dutch team, so... I know Belgium, obviously, they speak Dutch as well, but, like, still, yeah. So that's as close as I'm probably going to get to saying their name correctly, Seraing. And it's fun to say, I must admit. Sorry, yeah, but it's got more of a kind of French... I'm pretty certain it's got that kind of sound in it, too, which I do enjoy saying. Or, I just end up calling them sarong. Like that bit of cloth what you wrap around yourself when you're on holiday. So yeah, I signed Regan Booty as well, by the way, just for the fun. I haven't really done anything else, pretty much. I just wanted to do that thing. Where's the new club? This is Belgian 3rd tier, but they are a team that were in the top flight earlier. That's true, Matt. Yeah. So what you're saying is I should say it in like Faroese. I must admit, right, when I was looking through for pictures for the thumbnails for it, it wasn't, excuse me for the plosives, the most idyllic looking city. It was giving me Rhine region vibes, like baby Gelsenkirchen kind of. But look at this. 10 facilities on the training, 12 on youth, 10 youth recruitment, which, has that gone down? Or was it always like that? Maybe I'm confusing it with Beaconsfield. I've been staring at this so much lately. Point is, this team is good. When you look at the other teams at our level, okay, other than Beveren, really, look at this. And obviously, Vesterloo are already promoted. Damn. Oh, this is Charleroi B team, isn't it? So they just get their facilities. For the most part, we're in pretty good company.
You came in summer.
Like,
in winter.
Generally speaking, we should be in a good spot. The last Rooney, thank you for the follow. That's what I was thinking, comrade. Yeah, like Rhine-Ruhr Valley type of thing. We have money. You say that. We do have money. In fact, we have £3,500 a week in wage budget available because obviously I renegotiated Boyo's contract. So not only do we get to keep him, but we also now get to keep him on a 20% of his wage, which is good. Oh yeah, there's some good teams in this league, but remember, the season hasn't ticked over yet, so we won't actually be getting Vesterloo in this league, nor will we get Visa. So, I don't know who's coming down from the 2nd tier. Oh, sorry. And Sod's Law, there's some mad way of figuring it out. So, it's Antwerp's B team and Standard Liège's B team, which is actually fine. But then again, it's not, is it? Because they can get promoted. Clearly, because they can get relegated, which means they can get promoted to this division as well. So, yeah, they'll be able to get promoted from our division. Otherwise, how would they get into this one? So, that could be a bit of a problem. There's a lot of teams. They can't get out of this league, obviously, but that's going to be... yes, they are. You are, Richard. But, as I said in the Patreon recap video, I am much more happy to bring in Patreon players in this save because it's just more fun. If they're actually good, then it makes sense for us to sign them, right? Right, before you do that, though, Hard News, who I believe is at Cardiff, right? Yes. I'm getting better at the knowledge. Panache Mutambanyoka is in Belgium. Yeah, I already tried to offer him a contract. He said no. That was the two things I did off stream while progressing us a couple of days was sign Regan Booty, who, attribute-wise, is actually quite good. Let's ignore his stars. And I tried to sign Panache, but he said no. Doesn't mean we won't get round to him, but yeah. I mean, we've saved ourselves most of that money just by changing that guy's contract, essentially. Except it's a new contract automatically. Really? Huh. Yeah, it does suck that you can't, like, just have your contract. You can kind of resign at end of season, which essentially kind of does that, but it still does the same thing as resigning, right? I have no idea, A. All I know is we're £13 million in debt, so probably not. Essentially. So it's very exciting. Exactly, James. Yeah, that's why I feel like I'm okay with doing that. Speaking of, Hadrian, you're in chat right now. Obviously, your guy retired, so we need you to pick a new guy from Newcastle's youth team that I can rename to Matt Hadrian, like we did with Harv last time. I need to do the same with Chris and PJ as well. Oh, right. So, yeah. Oh, was there a bit of a mic crackle there? Are we okay? Okay, that seems to be okay there. Let me just see why that is. Odd. Sorry about that, chat. Hopefully that's okay now. It's probably... It did that once or twice in the past. I think it's just where the interface gets a bit fucky. I'll have to keep an eye on that. Might be because of this wire, actually. Just move that out of the way. What else? So what we'll do... wait, why am I searching for Matt Hadrian? Yeah, it sucks that happened. I don't really think there was any way that we could... Oh, trust me, if we could experience Panache, I'd be all over it, although it may then force a tactic tweak, which we don't really want to do, potentially. So, Newcastle's Academy. Best name in Newcastle's Academy. So we'll go for under 18 squad, because that'll put you on the same kind of age bracket as... Oh, hello. Contract. Oh, yeah, of course, I was looking at our contracts, wasn't I? Let's do that one. No, wait, I'll use Saz's one, actually, because my version's still balked. There we go. So, these are your options. There's a guy called Mitchell Loft, which is tremendous. We've got Jeet Padaruth, who, no second nationality. Interesting. Dave Oliver. I like that we've got Mitchell Loft and Nick Lofthouse. Jeet actually does sort of make sense. Yeah, let's have a look at old GT boy. There he is. Just straight up Newcastle born and bred. Even better, really. Because imagine that in a Geordie accent. Cula Gaming, thank you for the 4 months. How the devil are you, friend? The Attic Boys? Need to get Morton Gams Pedersen in there. We get Loft and Loft House. Turns out they live in a bungalow together. The one that fell out of the loft was Morton Gams Pedersen. Or Morton Pedersen. If he's not facing the game already. Okay, let's just find out. Do you know what? I don't want to sort that page to find out. We can always switch it later. So, do you want me to rename him? Or are we just sticking with Jeet? And just have him as your, like, adopted son? Bungalow simple crash. Happy giving that. Alright, cool. What I'll do is I'll whack him on the same shortlist. Keep history after retirement. He'll be a little bit younger than the others. Hopefully he's not crap. Cool. I can't believe that. It's weird seeing. I think it's because you were released by Newcastle and the wage demands. Thank God James Whittaker actually did sign a deal with Leatherhead. So we didn't lose James Whittaker. He is now officially in non-league football locked in, which is good. We will have a lot of patron regions to pick up in a moment, I suspect. We've already got a couple of them on trial as it is. One of them looks all right, in fairness. Alex Perales, there he is, at Real Valladolid. Oh, what? Wait. Who's he? And how did you know about him? Or is he, like, really good in your version of the save? If so, careful with saying stuff like that, just in case because I don't want spoilers for... To be fair, he's not going to play for us, is he? So... Yes, we've got 2 regions on trial at the moment. One of them is actually maybe a signing for us, potentially. All the red cards. I know, the fact there was 3 in one season. You've been a good boy since then, in your defence. George, thank you for the 23. How's your Sundat going? Yeah, this is the passing... I take it he is someone good from your save. I mean, the fact that Lille and Middlesbrough are after him. Ecuadorian Spain is pretty dope too. Ooh. Particularly as he actually came through at CFI Alicante, then to Intercity actually. Then to Valladolid. That's cool. Loanable. I actually don't know. Bear in mind, we can actually afford to not straight up do loans at the moment. We will be doing them, obviously. But we don't have to rely on them in the way we did before, which is kind of fun. We might actually be able to sign some players. Chat, we may even get to do scouting today. I feel like we haven't actually really done any scouting at this entire save because financially it's been impossible for us, but we actually have nearly $4,000 a week in wage budget available and might even have a bit more in a day or two because we've got a couple of guys leaving that I can't do anything about because they've already agreed contracts with the clubs they're moving to. Belgian amateur time. The thing is though, Andrew, right? We are the Belgian amateurs. The predator has become the prey. Those are our players. There obviously are lower leagues, which we'll 100% look at. And we may even find some gold down there, potentially. But we are also the sort of team that... We are the team that I would normally be signing Belgian amateurs from, pretty much. Good scouting range? No. We probably still only have Belgium. But Belgium is also Belgium and has lots of leagues and teams available to us. So, at the very least, we should have some options there, right? 3 caps for Spain or Colombia? It'll be 3 caps for whichever one is listed on the right. So I believe that was Ecuador. Oh, Seraing. Honestly, the youth team we've got at this club is crazy. Yeah, we lost a guy already. So yeah, that's Justin Bilo. Still at Feyenoord. Still cooking. 200 appearances. Damaged Achilles tendon. Justin, I feel your pain. Quite literally. Turns out my Achilles heel is quite literally my Achilles heel. Who could have guessed it? It's like they named it like that for a reason. Le Libero. 100% signing up him on a trial because he looks like he's about to be released by Antwerp. In tomorrow. Not run it off. I tried and it actually did work. But then I got ill. So now I've just been doing loads of exercises to strengthen the muscles around it as well. He is no libero, which is a bit disappointing. The game seems to think that he could be, though, in fairness. Hello, Hacker. Me too, mate. Honestly, I've been buzzing for this. I do love us getting really excited about all the money, only to realise that the club is actually £13 million in debt. So as much as I have earned them all that money, they are still in an absolutely obscene amount of debt. And I don't really know what we can do about that. Because all of these loans go... To be fair, some of these loans go for a very, very long time. But even with that, we're still having to pay £135,000 a month. Which is not going to be easy. So we're essentially just going to have to do what we can do. So you can see here, there's a couple of guys leaving that are joining... Which will give us another... Oh, it's only £10 off the wage bill, unfortunately. So that's not really going to save us too much. Yeah, we sold all the clauses, which got us literally like $1.5 million in terms of actual finances, but we only were allowed to keep 10% of it, which went into the transfer budget, and I dumped it straight into the wages, basically. So it's also going to be tougher for us to get free loans, because the player wages at this level are higher to the point where they're probably not going to want to do free loans. We can get full Belgium if we wanted, but you can see our scouting budget. Oh, no, we'll get a new scouting budget. In fact, before we do that, they won't have given us our new scouting budget yet, will they? I'm fairly certain they won't have given us our new scouting budget. Well, I certainly haven't seen it, because we're still in this season. So I could dump a load of that into transfer budget now, move that into wages as well, and then wait for them to give us our new scouting budget and get us an extra bit of cash. Followed you that quit. Which DOF was that? Oh, well, we can't, because when you sign for the clubs, you say things like you're happy to work with the DOF that's there, and you physically can't. Then again, that wasn't a DOF, it was head of youth development, I think. So we might be able to get one. So we'll have a look. Is this a sensible idea, or am I just going to accidentally burn our entire scouting budget? Because I don't think this could possibly be our scouting budget for next season. Then again, it is kind of in line with this, and that's the one they've got for us. I might just leave that for a minute. It's not going to net us much, even if I did do that, to be fair. Get the guy who was the ass man at the last club. I don't know who that was. Steve Bruce. He should still be in the save, right? Not spelled like that. That's Steve Bierce. Oh, he isn't. Wow. But I'll be damned. No Steve Brucey. Right, so what was the guy's name from the last club? Mr. Hawley. Was it Kevin Hawley? I think it was Kevin Hawley, wasn't it? This guy. Who's crap. But... oh, he's on the staff shortlist already. Let's just see actually who our Hoyd is. Current Hoyd is this guy. Yeah. I don't think I'll be getting rid of the Hoyd. He's not only is he a solid Hoyd, he's fairly professional personality-wise and has quite good attributes. There's no way we can replace this guy. And his name's Zinedine. Coincidence? I think not. We'll keep an eye on Kev, but I mean, Zinedine looking good. Hawley take a coaching role. Again, I don't think we can do... I like him as a Hoyd. He's a very good head of youth development. Like, he's good at his job. Plays... tactically is not ideal as far as his formation goes, but at the very least, he's fairly professional, right? He's done okay as a caretaker, it would seem. I mean, 37% win rate is actually pretty solid. As usual with these things, just give it to the caretaker. Actually, don't, because otherwise we'd never get a job. Unless we became caretaker. Just an idea, right? Yeah, no one will have our formation, exactly. He's good at working with youngsters. Oh, here's a fun fact, chat. And part of the reason I think we struggle sometimes in this save, right? Where is it? Our determination is only 4. This affects how adept the individual is at getting their way with the board. The less determined the person is, the more likely to have their request turned down. Because our attributes are so poor, because at the start of the save, I reckon that's one of the other reasons that we're struggling to get the board to do coaching courses too. I think if we had like 20 determination, we'd get our way with the board far more often. So for example, I spent a lot of time building my manager profile for Beaconsfield, because there's obviously a lot of things that I didn't need because I was only signing youth players from our academy. So I was able to put a load of the points into certain other areas that you wouldn't normally get to max out. One of which was that. And it makes a very big difference when talking to your board. Max says, oh yeah, of course. But obviously we don't get that choice to make with this save because we don't get to choose where a lot of these things are distributed. It just kind of gets added in. That's a cool thing as well, right? Would you think, chat, it would be a good idea if when you got coaching badges, you were allowed to distribute those points in the same way that you're leveling up when you do on, say, an RPG game? Because I think that would be a better way of doing it, personally. And I'd like to see some stuff that allows you a little bit more control of things like that, basically. Know what European competition? They give you your budgets, but they don't give you your scouting budgets. The scouting budget comes later for some reason. Now, we may already have it, which is why I don't want to risk it, because it's dangerously close to the amount that would be required to do this type of scouting, so I'll probably just leave it for the time being. Specific types of courses. Oh, I see. So you could have, like, when you do your coaching badges, you say, I want to specialize in this type of coaching. You still get the badge, but it allocates your points in that type of way, maybe. So there's some presets. Yeah, I like that. Save file for Outcasts icons with attributes masking set off. No. The only save file I have is the one that I put up at the very start of the save, because if I put a different version of the save file out, then it would not be the same save file anymore, because all the seeding and all the stuff inside would be changed. So the only version of the save file that currently exists is the one that I started on. Sorry about that. It's just the way I tend to set my saves up, because I can't play with... I realize that everyone has their own vibe or whatever, but I can't play with attribute masking switched off. To me... What the fuck happened there? Even my Spotify just shat itself. Holy Christ. I've never had that happen before. Bloody hell. 20th of June. Okay, so we... Bear in mind, there's a budget and scouting budget are not the same thing. Like, you get your transfer budget and stuff the moment that you are not allowed to do anything in the league, essentially. So you are unable to finish in Europe or whatever. But no, that was on my end. Wow. I hit a real life loading screen. Crazy, Brett. Thank you for the 50 bloody months. Lovely to see it. Bums.
I feel like at 50 months I should say something impactful. So, bums.
Bums indeed, friend. Bums indeed. Never a truer word has been spoken. We're going to get a lot of those, aren't we? Anyway, why am I picking... Oh, yeah, I kind of want to get over to the beginning of next season date. That way we know exactly who's in the squad and who isn't. Because you'll see here, we're going to be losing a few guys. It's just an inevitability at this point. I did try to offer some contracts. This guy here, I did give a new contract to, Christopher Lawrence. Because, obviously. Watch Fulham game. Yes, although... Fulham have done the ultimate in ignominy here of somehow scheduling a Premier League game at 7 p.m. on a Sunday that clashes with the Avalanche's game and the New York Rangers later. As if I'm watching... How are Fulham clashing with the Colorado fucking Avalanche? How is that even possible? So I'm going to have to try to either split screen it or choose one of the two, basically. Which is annoying. Dr. Dicebones, thank you for the follow. This is the third tier of Belgium. Twin defense would be weird. Yeah, true. 7 p.m. on a Sunday is absolutely unhinged, by the way. That's such a weird kickoff time. We're going to lose 1-0 because of a Bruno Fernandes penalty, by the way. Split screen. Yeah, but then I can't watch it on the TV if I split screen it. Fulham, I didn't say Fulham decided the times. It's just annoying, isn't it? It's not even on Sky, is it? Ah, dear. Frustrating. But there you go. Yeah, so we've signed up Christopher Lawrence for an extra season. In fact, I think he's got 2 extra seasons, which is solid. And I think I got his wage down. It's really annoying. Ooh. Thank you, Dr. Dicebones. Great name as well. Welcome aboard. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, it felt like the early kickoff that randomly wasn't for some reason. RDF training schedule. Yes, it did. I actually didn't need to. So they stay around. As long as you're in the save, they stick about. I just deleted the other ones because I can re-import them super easy. This is the third tier, Jacko. So, yeah. Players that are sticking around. This guy obviously is from... He didn't actually need an extension, to be fair. We are losing Abdul Cisse, but he's a striker, so give a fuck. I don't know. I mean, why did you feel the need to spam that twice? Like, a complete moron of American. All right, we're doing fine. Thanks. I mean, he has made some poor decisions. I feel like the swimming pool on the roof thing is like a strange one, but you know, whatever. We move. This guy hasn't got a contract, but my concern is if we try to offer him one, he will want stupid money. Take shots to Tony Khan. Oh, well, Tony Khan doesn't run the club. Tony Khan is just the director of football, and he barely does that anymore. It's his dad that actually owns the club, and Alistair McIntosh is the CEO. Valentin Guillaume. We probably should try to... Tony barely runs a bath these days, as far as the club is concerned. He mostly spends his time on AEW. Let's just try and see what he wants. Yeah, see, that would be... I don't think that's worth it to us. As good as he is, I think we just keep him on a non-contract deal for the time being. Why pay money that we don't need to pay? What's his appearance fee, actually? £400. Yeah. Guaranteed 3. It really isn't. Do you know I'm 100% predicting we lose 1-0 to a Bruno Fernandes, like, really soft penalty or something. We did have the Michael Jackson statue, yes. But that wasn't anything to do with the ownership, our current ownership. Hello, Inferno! Interval Tuesday. I'm sure they've got... Yes. Love it. That's awesome, man. Drizzy, thank you very much for the follow. Yes, oh yeah, we got all sorts of options. Point is, our squad is very light, but one of the benefits of the situation we're in is it's actually going to allow us to essentially rebuild them. So I think with Valentin, we just leave him as it is right now. He'll happily stay until things change. Then we've got Kader Yamaogo, who has a deal through till next season anyway. He is wanted. In fact, he's listed. Can I take him off the transfer list, please? Who on earth did this? No, I'm not opposed to it. Someone gave me big money. And Dor, unfortunately... I already tried to give him a new deal, but he said no. In fact, you can see he's exploring his options. So we can't really think to sign up Fally and Dor anymore. But we will save another £1,000 in wages. So, senior affiliate, we tried to ask the board that the moment we joined, and they said no because we were new. Because, God forbid, they listened to a good idea regardless of where it came from. But there you go. We've got Francisco Bueno.
This isn't where I parked my car.
Wanted by clubs. So I might just see if we can get him a new contract. Is he worth signing up? That is the question. Billion Line, thank you very much for the follow. We have the cash. It's just a question of whether we want to use it on him. But he is a central midfielder with okay finishing and composure. And he's 20. And at the very least, it means if someone did want to... Yeah, but bear in mind, right? He is wanted by other clubs. So we could sign him up and potentially sell him. And I'd rather do that than lose him for free. We could get him pretty cheap. So his appearance fee is 475. I reckon we could get him cheaper than that in an actual contract. Important player. That's actually the role he'd occupy. Let me just try and knock that down to... regular starter. 425. I reckon I can get him down lower than his appearance fee. If I can get him down like 350 and leverage the fact that I can still do massive great chunks here, given that he's German, saving my changes permanently. What do you mean, Billion Line? Do you mean the pre-game editor or the in-game editor? Because there isn't really... If you're talking about the in-game editor, then there isn't... That is an editor. You're essentially editing things in real time. So any changes you make are changes that are now locked in. There isn't like a test edit that you can do in the in-game editor. And if it's the pre-game editor, then it's fine because you just don't use the editor file, right? What's the difference? One is the game's pre-game editor and one is the game's in-game. One is the one that you can edit stuff in the game. One is the one that is a separate piece of software that you edit stuff before the game, basically. And they're called different things. So one's called the in-game editor and one's called the editor. It is a bit confusing with the nomenclature, I must admit. Let me just try that. I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, so is it the one that you have to run as a separate piece of software, like inside Steam, or is it the one that you can just click at the top of the screen in the game? Because if it's the one in the game, lower loyalty bonus, I don't think that can really make much difference here, but I've also agreed the contract. If I try and change things now, he'll just get pissed at me. One of them you have to buy, basically. We are not in Serie C, no. We moved on. Serie C was a disaster. But yes, you can't make temporary changes with the in-game editor. Well, you can, in the sense that you just have to change it back again. Then I'll start a new game, load the editor. So, just to clarify, if you make changes with the in-game editor to Manchester City, loading a new save will have nothing to do with that. So, if you changed City in one save, it won't affect City in a different save. Pre-game editor's free, yeah. You have to download it in Tools in Steam. We'll do that, I would say. Apparently, according to Belgians in chat, the third tier is actually a lot more simplistic. It doesn't have a lot of crazy nonsense. It's just kind of 34 games, bottom 3 get relegated. There is a relegation playoff, but other than that, it's pretty straightforward. I think there might be a playoff between these guys, maybe for the... It's fairly straightforward as far as like Belgium goes anyway, compared to what we've just come from as well in Italy. It's a positive walk in the park because of that, you know? Arthur Devos, wingback. Got another year left on Arthur here. Oh, that she's lovely. Because we can play the other guy on the right, Kamayogo on the right. We play Arthur Devos on the left-hand side. Man's on the right foot. Perfect inverted wingback. That's the... And he's pacey. Oh, I like him. He's fun. And I reckon we could get his wage down massively next time around as well. That's good. Yeah, second and first tier is a different question. over pre-game. It depends on what you're trying to do. It totally depends on what you're trying to do. We still haven't really ascertained exactly what you're trying to do yet, so until you can tell us that, we can't really advise you very well. Create my own league with your own teams. That is all pre-game editor. The only way you'll ever do that is with the pre-game editor. But bear in mind, if you do that in the pre-game editor, it won't affect other save files you currently have going, and the only way it will affect the save file you're doing is if you specifically choose to use the editor data for that save file. So it's not a question of like any changes you make will affect every save you ever do from now on. It will only affect it if you specifically tell the game that you want it to. So think a bit like when you start a save, you can turn those editor data files on and off, basically. That allows you to either have or not have those changes, essentially. Lawrence on the left. Yeah, there's Lawrence on the left as well. Actually, you're right. Sorry, I didn't realize he was two-footed. He is a lot slower. But giving him exposure to first-team football right now could probably be quite good, because if he does have any kind of decent PA, like, we'll get it out of him real fast. Right, Henry Asomba. Midfielder, born in midfield. Oh, yes, Henners. This is what we're talking about. Henry Asomba is fire. 14 work rate. Okay, shit stamina, but he's got the work rate for the role, which is all I want. He's got the work rate, got good physicals, good mentals. Love a bit of Henry. I may actually offer Henry a contract. The database for download. Oh, that would be Timo. The one I would use personally is Timo's one. Get one to deal now. Yeah, my concern with him is because he's Cameroonian, we got to be careful what contracts we give him. Strength is off. Yeah, strength isn't great, but he's only 17. That will increase. His strength will improve. Oh. I think he must have just signed his like first pro deal anyway. So we'll have to... keep an eye on Henry. Henry, yeah, he looks really tasty. Tyron Makobi Bamini, who's 21, 16 jumping reach. Wanted by... Hoogstraten and the team that have just been promoted. He's nice. He's got good temp poles. Fully Belgian too, which means I think what's his appearance fee? £550. Short. Why would I strengthen that? Let's try this. Oh come on, you melon. I was sort of expecting him to want quite a large amount of money, but okay. Sure. Cheers, Tyrant. Congratulations, you've played yourself. Doesn't mean I'm still not going to, like, try and screw him even further. Like, let's not be silly about this. What's the minimum I can pay? 200? Probably a bit less than that, right? But we'll do 200 for the time being. So, £200 a week for Tyron McKirby Bamini on a 4-year contract extension. Cheers, Tyrant. He's a succulent, misinformed melon. My favourite type. A boat clause in these kind of levels is absolutely crucial. Right, goalkeeper, Mamadou Diop. What we saying, mamas? How about them papas? Driven, which is nice. Oh, 6'8". Chat, my goalkeeper's taller than your goalkeeper. How has he only got 14 aerial reach when he's 6'8"? He's the opposite of Paddy Galvin. I actually kind of want to see them standing next to each other. This is tremendous. He's a literal unit, yes. Year left on his deal. I think we'll just leave him for the time being. No need to... Then again, I could always drop his wage down, right? No caps. Let's see what he'd want. Oh, he's just signed a new deal. Okay, cool. It is a little worrying, but, you know, he's 6'8". Right, the other centre-back, presumably, is this guy, Rooney Vandenberg. Oh, yeah. Never seen you in the same room. On the opposite end of the spectrum, we have this chap here. Wonderful hair. I think we can do better. And he's expiring in 2 days anyway. Can't jump for his life, exactly. You could play him as a DM, I suppose. But I don't like the work rate either, or the pace, or the stamina for that matter. David Newholm, thank you very much for the 29 months. Oh, Tinchy Snyder, great name as well. Thank you for the follow. I missed that. Yeah, we let him go, I'd say. Great picture. Lovely temp poles, except for any of the physical attributes. Goalkeeper. Basically, with goalkeepers, this is my general rule of thumb for keepers. You may use it, you may not. I look out for aerial reach, command of area, one-on-ones, reflexes. Anything beyond that, and obviously like you don't want any glaring physical holes, and big matches. If they have those things, which doesn't actually happen, then you might be okay. But honestly, you will still find that you'll buy a goalkeeper that has all those things absolutely perfect and they'll still be crap in the match engine. But I just feel like after a certain amount of times of you trying to find a guy like that, eventually you'll just get a guy. He's expiring in 2 days? Yeah, exactly. 5 too short to play DM? No. Depends what type of DM, right? You could have your giant DMs that's going to dominate in the air and win those second balls for you, or you could have that absolute dynamo that's got great stamina work rate like N'Golo Kante, who's just going to obviously he's more than that, but just as an example of his defensive play, that's just going to hoover up the ball no matter where it is, right? I feel like it's tough to find both. Yeah, I feel like big matches, if anything, is more important. Not at this level though. At the third tier of Belgian football, big matches is irrelevant because there is no such thing as big matches. He will not take any functional CA hit because of big matches. Zavin McCoyan, by the way, is one of the Patreon regens who I'm tempted to actually sign up. I know he's a striker, but he actually looks like he might be all right. Morgan Heisler will be expiring in a couple of days anyway, so that's not one to worry about. Rayan Ertz is apparently our hot prospect, which is annoying because 1, he doesn't have 5-star PA. 2, he's what about Ghent? Okay, maybe he is good. I feel like we should try and sign this guy anyway, because the fact that Ghent are interested in him makes me think that this is a lie and he's actually really good, though he is a mercenary. Yes, we have. Basically, what the way that big matches work, this is all shout out to EBFM. The way that big matches work is the higher the reputation of the competition that you're playing in, the more the big matches attribute matters, right? So if you've got 20 in big matches and you're playing in the Champions League final, and it's not just that, it's the round in the competition and the competition's relevance. So if you're playing in the Champions League final and you've got 20 big matches, you love them, he will take no functional CA drop in those matches. If he's got 1, he will take a huge hit to it, right? If you're playing in a non-league cup game and you have 20, the difference between having 20 and 1 will be basically 0. So the further you go up in terms of the importance of the competition and the round within that competition, the more it matters. So at this stage, it doesn't matter. If you're playing in the lower leagues, it doesn't matter if they've got dark red big matches. It will basically, you'll notice no functional difference in game, which is great. Yes, we have a decent core. I mean, we haven't even got to the youth team yet, bear in mind. They made this format. Oh. Man, that's a lot of words. Shame I ain't reading them. Sorry, I dropped off for a minute there. I don't understand that. Make a backup copy of the editor file. No need. Later decide to play a new career game with the editors. Change the editor. Will my original changes still be there at the reset? If you make a load of changes to the editor, it saves it as a separate file, which is basically just a list of changes to the game. You then choose at the start of each save whether you want to implement those changes or not. So if you tick it on, then the changes will be there. If you don't tick it, then the changes won't be there. That's all that will happen. There won't be some change. It's like a binary decision. It's either on or off. It's a Boolean operator, so to speak. A true or false. Yeah, so with him, if he doesn't want stupid money... Right. So he wants non-contract still, but I don't want him on non-contract because that would be stupid. Minimum wage is 200. So actually, I did literally put that guy on minimum wage. His Belgianness will help us. I basically just want to make sure that we've got some security on him. Can I just get rid of that? And just kind of do that? Yeah. So we are going to cost ourselves that, but it will also put him on a 6-year contract, which gives us huge amounts of security on the player. Because what I want is a situation where we're not losing any potentially good youth players for basically nothing. Honoff is leaving. Booty's just joined us, and we've also got Brandon Rasmussen Fox, who is a Patreon regen. So that's fine for now. Okay, cool. Yeah, the editor section of the SI forums will help you, but we're more than happy to help you in any way we can here. Like, don't get me wrong. Honestly, I think you'll probably get better advice here just because you've got real-time responses from us and people in chat. You know, I say us as if there's another person in this room. Pog's not even here. National League South team playing in the third round of the FA Cup against a top 6 Premier League team that would count as a big match. No, because the only thing that wouldn't rivalry games also do count, so that does matter too, like rivalries. So if you're a conference National League South team and playing in the third round of the FA Cup, the only things that would matter there would be the round of the FA Cup and the cup itself. So the reputation of the cup and the round that you're in of that cup. That's what would matter. Yes, we got other players for sure. Let's have a little look at those guys. Yeah, you might find that it already exists, but if you're creating a custom league, it probably doesn't, I suspect, if it's like a vanity project per se. B team, we've got options. Like a lot of them. And they're not bad either, which is crucial. Valerie Abrasar, 14 jumping reach. He's wanted as well. By Mechelen and Zulte Waregem. How we spoke? Oh, yeah, she seems all right. God, there's a lot of these guys. I think, genuinely, we might actually have to spend a bit of cash just trying to put some of these guys on contracts. Because it worries me how much interest there is in a lot of our youngsters that are on non-contract basis. Is there not like a... Relegated outright. From Serie C, we were relegated, yes. Well, we left before we were official. We were mathematically relegated. The game just hadn't realised it yet. So we decided to jump before we were pushed and not have to worry about being asked about it in the next job interview. Different matches are different from different levels of club. All right. Well, I'm telling you that's not true. But feel free to feel it. I'm just saying that the way it works is competition reputation, level of round in that competition, rivalry game. Those are the factors. Important. But those, as far as I know, those are the only factors that actually matter. Classic manager games on stream? Not really, no. It was never super into the back of the day, and so I would sort of be... I imagine that people would do it on like nostalgia, but I don't have a nostalgia for it because I never played them. Yeah, we dumped them. We dumped them before I could dump us. There's a lot of these guys. Is there any way that I can... Oh, I see. That's kind of cool, actually. Does it not matter if you're in a match that decides European qualification? Like, as far as I know, the things that matter are the things I just said. If they're not, they're not. Maybe they do, I don't know. But you'd think it would, but as far as I know, it doesn't. Oh, sorry, my apologies. Did I misread what you said? No, I didn't. Okay, cool. So, future prospect, loan move. We should find some loan moves for these guys. The issue we've got here is we need to give some of these guys deals. But we can't afford to keep giving them all deals because they're all going to have £200 a week contracts in order to actually... I honestly think that we go into next season, see who actually is going to be in our team a little bit, and then give deals to those guys. Although this guy does look extremely good. David Briere. What about Mechelen on a free? Well, I'm thinking in terms of like some of these guys could make an impact really quickly in our squad. But I think it's best if we just get over into the next like transfer window so we can see who's actually at the club and how much money we're genuinely working with, rather than trying to like, yeah. He does have very nice hair, good name as well. His attributes look really nice at this level. Wait, what? Move to a bigger club. Brother, your contract expires tomorrow. Why are you acting as if I have some control over this? But I can say I'll let him go. Do you think this will count as fulfilling the promise? And he clauses, no, we sold them all. We had loads. Like £1.5 million worth. We had one guy that we'd sold to Salernitana and we got 800 grand from that one clause. Top player in the Welsh League. Oh yeah, these guys are massively much better. This is a much, much higher level than we're used to, basically. Just wanted to vent in it. Hang on, if I could sell him now, I mean, albeit it doesn't make any difference, right? Although it'd be fun if I just... On these worst teams? Oh wait, no, this is lower league of... Hang on. Did he say he wants to move to a bigger club and is now choosing to move to clubs that are in the lower division than us? Transfer. Hey, if I can sell him and fulfill that promise, that would be extremely funny. Season expectations, mid-table finish. All right. That's not worth it. We can earn some money back as well with the cup prize money pool. They don't care if you knock that one right down. Maybe they are a bigger club. Maybe. I've never heard of them. Yeah, they are Senegalese teams, so he'll probably go to one of those. We'll accept that for the time being. Imagine if this was... That's just freebie. Not really, Glenn. It will work a bit, but it won't work as well as you think it will, because remember, we are the Belgian amateurs. So the clubs that we'd be signing those Belgian amateurs from are us. This is the level of team that we normally sign those players from. So we need to find lower Belgian amateurs, which we'll 100% have a look at, of course. Yeah, I know all about Dakar Sukakur. I like saying them. It makes them sound like sugar for some reason. I know it's like actually Sacred Heart, isn't it? Dakar Sacred Heart? Or Sacred Love or something. He actually joined the 4th tier side. Hey, to be fair, it's not illegal to lie. So, we let bro get away with that there. I've been so pumped for this. Because we've got money to spend for once. And I don't think we'll have any trouble spending it. Yeah, it feels like it's sacred Dakar Sacred Heart, which is an amazing one. Where are Turk and JD when you need them? Oh yeah, it's the tick over date. This one might be a minute. Thomas GG, thank you for the follow.
Cooper,
Oh, amazing. So I was doing some Beaconsfield stuff on Friday, and I was like, this is taking bloody ages here. And like, I was like, wow, have I really got that many leagues switched on? Went over and looked at the detail level. Turned out somehow the game had defaulted to maximum detail on every single competition. And I was like, damn, okay, we're not doing that. Fortis, I got promoted, maybe. But bear in mind, they are very unlikely to be bigger than us, given that we are a former top flight side, as in this save. That's the top flight. 22-23. I mean, actually, not technically in this save, but less than 5 years ago, we were a top flight team in Belgium for 2 years. So we have a reputation that is way better than it should be, which is great. Right, here we go. Wait. Wow, £50? Come on. Now we're talking. We are cooking, chat. £41,000. Okay, that'll pay a third of the monthly loan debt. That's good. Right. Goalkeeper coach. He's a good goalkeeping coach, and he's on £875. If I... Okay, cool. Silly Billy. I want to see if I can get some of their wages down, basically. You're on £600 a week as an under-18 manager. Okay, the fact they all want more money, head physio at £700 a week. Why do they all want more? All right, you can just stay on these contracts then. Right, so he's out of contract. We'll release Vandenberg. We said we were going to do that. We've missed out on a 20% sell-on clause. That's okay. Wow, there's loads of these. Lukili, right. He is wanted by someone. Eupen. He's on 1.7k a week. He might actually have to be released. Or no, we don't release him. We just wait for them to take him. No, these guys are still here, remember. They're actually just on rolling contracts now. Chief Scout's on 1.1k. We're only going to be able to offer him, like... So that's the maximum we can offer. Quite literally. Unless we can find a guy who's... We have a set-piece coach. Right, well, that's fine. You're off. That's one way of solving the problem. Performance analyst. Hi, bye. Recruitment analyst. We'll leave you for the time being, but you're on thin ice. You're off. Director of football. We'll have to keep you. We'll need you in this window. Technical director. God, that's a lot of money. I think we already released the loan manager. I think it was one of the first things we did. Wage rises. Oh, God, what have you done? Okay, we're all right. We're all right. I'm pretty certain the promise we have isn't to not sign anybody. It's to not get rid of the director of football. But we'll see. And besides, even if I do get rid of that guy, I didn't want to replace him. Bear in mind, the set piece guy, I wasn't sacking the set piece guy to get a better set piece guy. I was sacking him because it is a meaningless role that doesn't do anything. But the game has this wonderful thing because it's a new feature of making them cost loads of money. Did Rudy get a wage rise? Good for him. There's Ersan Muric. Wait, no. Oh, it is Muric. My apologies. I wrote Music instead. Is loan manager about the fact? No, the loan manager is about the loans, and it's meaningless, like utterly meaningless. So there's this guy, Irsan Muric. I don't know if that is the chap. Vandenberg, leave us. Yes. So leave at the end of his contract, not just cancel it. Well, his contract was the end of his contract. Like Vandenberg, that was the end of his contract. Meaningless, please. Most of them, honestly. Loan manager is massively meaningless. Technical director is pretty meaningless as well. And honestly, a lot of the like analyst roles are pretty useful as well. But yeah, I'm in the pre-com editor. I want to make my own league with the following team. Oh, sorry, we were under the impression that you knew what you knew how to do it. You just, it's not as simple. Put it this way, it's not as simple as just us say X, Y, and Z. There's a lot of stuff that goes into making a custom league. It's very complex. I was under the impression that you knew how to do that part. You just wanted to, like, weren't sure about how the actual changes you made would affect the game. We have left Italy, yes. Do we sign a scout? We got space for a scout. We do. We can use some of that money we're saving on the set piece guy, to be fair. We're actually overpaying on coaches too, but I don't want to get rid of them if we can. There isn't a single YouTube video, no. Because the editor is such an incredibly dense tool that takes a very long time to learn. It probably already exists and you might be able to edit it, but the forums is this is one of these times where I think like the forums might actually be more genuinely helpful to you, or the editor section of our Discord. But I don't know, it's a tough one. Right, how's that do us for finances? Okay, we're nearly up to 4K again now. We got a couple of obviously contract extensions on the table. I'll refund you points for that. I didn't feel like I did you a lot there. Marwin. Just want to make sure I spell this right. Is that it? I think I spelled that correctly. It doesn't appear to be in my save, unfortunately. Fake Millie. He should be. Actually, to be fair, you're an actual face in the game, aren't you? So sometimes yours is... There he is. Ooh. Speaking of Millie, don't mind if I diddly-do. Great shout, Mills. Get a bit of Millie in. Also, speaking of, the next day we can get some of the Patreon regions in on a free... Oh, wait, hang on. They didn't actually count them yet. Rania Filter. So he's just decided to piss off, which is fine. 4.4k a week. Now we cooking. Watch Millie be absolutely goated. So my first like port of call is, okay. Oh shit, what's this? Who are you? Noah Nicolay. Backup goalkeeper. He's earning no money. We can bring through another goalkeeper. That's not truly a huge issue. We don't get a lot of goalkeeping injuries anyway. Oh yeah, we had an incredible Jordan Millwood back on the Uni Alda Madeira save. The very first save I ever did on stream. We had an amazing Millie, but we only had him for one. We signed him from FC Dallas of all places. But when we went to extend his contract, he wanted a release clause that was lower than like his value, like way lower than his value, to the point I think it was actually less than we'd paid for him. It was crazy. Bandy Rastard, thank you for the follow. So I want to go to the 1st of July and then get the lay of the land. Then I want to look at Belgian amateurs. He's pure filter. Is that the opposite of pure waffle? Filter absolutely should be an analyst or a scout, yeah. Good Millie at Treaty. I don't know. I don't think he was good. Oh, no, you're right. We did, didn't we? No, you're right. You're absolutely spot on. I think you are. Yeah. Obviously, DOF recommendations too. And I wouldn't mind seeing if we can sign a new scout. I'll check the promises screen. Brian have just signed... Oh, by the way, Man United signed Evan Ferguson for 145 million. So what I mean to say is that they're doing it again, chat. Not in Europe, in huge debt, but sure, let's spend 145 million on Evan goddamn Ferguson. Totally normal behaviour. Don't know what you're on about. Right, that took forever, but I suppose it would do, wouldn't it? So Heisler's loan is finished. Start the transfer window. First things first, they're not, as far as I know, though give it a minute, because they've just got all the prize money. So they're actually still 110 million in the bank right now, but you know how that works over a full season. They'll be in trouble later. Bear in mind, they won't be in Europe this year. So they're going to miss out on like 120 million pounds of money from the Champions League alone. Yeah, they got Michel. Michel was the manager of Girona in this save. He was the guy that they replaced Thomas Tuchel with, although he's actually wanted by Newcastle. To give you an idea, Man United could lose their manager to Newcastle in this save, as things stand. Yeah, they're already overspending their wages, which are extremely large. They have Rashford as a captain. Oh, we can't check their bank loans, no, because that would mean I'd have to go in and add myself as their manager right now, and I can't do that. I don't want to do that in the middle of the save. Where's the screen about, like, welcome to the transfer window? Snow cone? I guess we don't get that one yet. Maybe it's tomorrow. Okay, so players that have been released by their Patreon clubs. Need to make sure that we stay on top of this. I want that one. If they're already wanted, I won't interfere. 18 clubs want a bit of Benny. So Maliknos is not wanted. Neither is... Oh, Alex has got a contract. That's fine. So we're actually only taking these 3 for the time being. Whether they'll let us or not is a different matter. Going 2-4. I'm going 1-0 Man United. Bruno Fernandes penalty. Pretty much. I want to see who wants Benny. Okay. Oh, look at this. This is why it's so much cooler to have this on. Benny Lacanian is wanted by clubs from literally League 2 all the way down to National League North, a club in Armenia, and then a couple of random teams. One in Luxembourg, one in Hungary, a bit of Dios Juri. Oh, it's tremendous. Just want to buy French singer. Yeah, why not? He can be hubbly, he can be bubbly, he can be anything you like, right? Pog hates it when I deliberately say the lyrics of that song wrong. Allsvenskan is tier 1. Allsvenskan's a nice league. Okay. That's fun. Bit of Barrow in there too. No, to be honest, right? Surely, Tammy, if you'd heard that Man United had signed Evan Ferguson in real life for £145 million, you'd have probably been running around the room celebrating. Like, Ferguson does not seem to have featured much for Brighton lately, and that kind of money would be quite tasty. And it would be another one of the Brighton pipeline of good transfers out, I suppose. Yeah, we didn't get that news article about clubs rumoured to be interested in X, Y, and Z, which is a little disappointing. I was hoping we'd get a bit of free transfer stuff there, but apparently not. Now all the jobs that we didn't get, including Pontedera, one for James there. Offers made for Lacanian. There we go. So they're all in for Lacanian. So we don't have to worry about Benny. He's going to be aight. It's the others. Just to clarify, chat, I did offer trials for those guys, right? Yeah, I did. Okay, cool. I wasn't sure what happened there. Gabriel Alanis. Not Allen's, but hopefully it won't matter. There we go. Force the deal through. Yeah, it's probably not a bad idea, actually. Yeah, I will do. Oh, he's retiring. Big Gabby. Oh, we have quite a lot of Albion fans in chat. Like Kaka is an Albion fan too. Specifically of the Brighton variety. I realise there's more than one Albion. Other Albions are available. From all good Albion stockists. Well, face packs. Yeah, I need to update those a little bit. Is he a South American journeyman player? So I should be able to offer a trial for Benny Lacanian now, and that should force through his move. Watch him now come into one trial for us. I've had this happen a couple of times. Right, so Gus Shobers is coming in. Lele Barrow's in, which is good because he's actually Belgian. Sipping over at the training ground. No, I haven't actually, which is surprising because I see so... Wow, Northampton. I see so many clips from Fulham's training ground. They're very well liked on TikTok. Iwobi and Bassi and the general bullying of ESR, bless him, and Adama as well. Right, Gus Shobers is not great, sadly. Poor Gus. Was released by Wrexham, and he's a goalkeeper. That's unfortunate. Oh, no! I was hoping that Richard Lelabero would be really good. I can see why he was released by Antwerp now, unfortunately. Dennis Adoy, not as far as I know, no. Although he is Belgian, so maybe we've got a chance there. All right, Maliknos is better. He might actually be usable. We like that. And Lacanian's gone to Northampton, so that's one Patreon regen saved from the wild. Yeah, good shout on Dennis Adoy, actually. Not that we really... Actually, before I do that, I want to just check the promises to make sure we can... Right, no changes... We actually don't have to stay for very long on that one, in fairness. Player promises being kept, accessing... We have to be careful on these. It's just to get through that first season. So yeah, we can't sign... Let's try. And see if it counts. Because we've already made changes to the backroom staff. By releasing them. But maybe that doesn't count since it's like they sort of did it by their own accord. It's, to be honest, we only have to survive 6 months on that one, so that's not the end of the world, really.
Hi, Matter and Chatter.
Thank you for the 43.
Been away for a few streams with family stuff. How are we doing?
We're feeling good. After a year of general downness, I'm feeling good. I feel like we've got some fun times to come. Duplicates, I don't know. But hey, if that means we get to fulfill multiple promises by doing the same thing, then we're quids in, chatto. Yeah, you're right, it didn't let me last time, but just because it didn't let me last time, chat, that's the definition of not being insane is quite literally doing the same thing repeatedly and expecting a different outcome. I'm a very sane man, so let's see what we can do. Right, who's got good Judgy P? Judgy P and Judgy A kind of matter, so a guy like this would probably be kind of what we're looking for. There's a guy here called Romance, which is great because now we know that Romance is a first name. And I'm totally here for it. Totally here for it. Kingpin Mick, thank you for the double Twitch babby.
Eventually the second Twitch baby.
We're sleeping on, we're never sleeping on Romance, but we can only sign him on the 14th of July? February, Matt. February. Liking Kurt Van Doren's picture here. I love that. Our own members of staff want stupid money to stick around, but we could sign this guy for £200 a week. It's actually kind of annoying that I can't just... What I will be doing, by the way, next season, chat, is quite literally sacking every single member of staff once I'm allowed to and replacing them all with much cheaper options. I call it the Jim Radcliffe approach to staff. Even the dinner lady's getting let go. Judging CA doesn't seem important. This little bit massively important because it's one of the first things that we're going to see from players that we're getting scouted. What on earth? Golden Kappa train? We haven't had one of these for ages. You love to see it. Tom Quad, thank you very much for the 22 months. And we're on a cheeky little Golden Kappa train. That's fun. Oh, I'll replace it all. Not the TV, though. Well, we can't sign another. Basically, at this stage, I just want a good scout. The reason I want a guy that knows about CA is because at the end of the day, we're going to be filtering a lot of players that we need to know that information. Basically. Like, it's all very well saying you only look at attributes. Yeah, but I need to be able to get to the player's profile in the first place in order to see the attributes, i.e. I need some reason to be looking at them, and that's where CA comes in for me anyway. Now we got... What the fuck? Holy shit, you know. Thank you very much for the 10 gifted subs. What the hell, man? Thank you very, well, that's... Jesus, that's even crazier because you'd never get... Thank you very, very much. That's insane. And Sharpie with the 245 bits on top of that. Thank you very much, friend. I think I've only ever had like 3 Kappa trains since they introduced this as a feature. I feel like there was one like a few months ago, actually, though, which is surprising. Enjoy your Corgo. Oh, Jesus Christ. Thank you very much. That's very, very kind. If you have just been gifted a sub by Yuno, then please do thank him. Level 4 off of just that one thing. That's crazy. Well, not just the one thing, but... Holy shit. I'm very, very grateful, chat. Let's move my bottle around a little bit. I've totally forgot what we were doing. No, what on earth? Could have tried. That's a big titty stream. How dare you accuse me of not being a big titty streamer, Self-Found Herring? I'll have you know, my titties are voluptuous. But that was for the Patreon. Flute Dude, thank you very much for the 5 gifted as well. That is incredibly nice of you. Like, incredibly nice of you. So I'm very, very grateful. And I have, unfortunately, now forgotten what I was doing. Proof? You don't need proof, Jim. Have faith. Have faith in the titties. The Church of Big Titty. We've got the Patreon guys in. We now know... We have 5.5 grand. Ooh. We could sell Michael van der Pervert. Anyone fancy another 200 grand? $19-year-old at Cambour. Oh, Misha, thank you for the 245 as well. That's very, very kind of you. I think I might as well just cash in on Michael van der Pervert. No, actually, no. We'll hold on to the clause on Michael van der Pervert until we can maybe try to get our... What do we need in this window to improve the depth of the squad? Yes. Everywhere. I actually think we hold on to that for a minute because we don't need the money right now. It might be good to cash that in if we need a little bit of extra cash, because there might be a chance that we could get the board to accept us maybe having a slightly higher cut of the transfer revenue, and as a result, we might be able to keep a bit more of it. That's the hope, anyway. Syria, that's dope, actually. It's not something I plan on doing, but that's a really cool idea, actually. Only Chinese players. How did you manage that? Because don't they start in Serie Chi? And you wouldn't be allowed to sign any Chinese players in Serie Chi because you can't sign non-EU, right? I'm curious. I don't want to do the same myself, but I'm very curious as to how you manage that, because we've just come from Serie Chi and it was an absolute minefield. Right, I was going to look at Belgian amateurs as well, wasn't I? I'm good, Dark MGH. We've got a lot of money to spend. I say a lot of money. We have to give every player a minimum of, where is it? £400 a week for full-time domestic players. And anyone we sign non-EU is on insane wages. So we really do have to keep this EU. For the time being, anyway. Determination match. On Roy, you don't, Sharpie, as far as I know. I don't know if it ever changes at all, actually. Chroma, thank you very much for the gifted sub to Gambit Luck as well. I love that there's like a chat message in between your gift thing and the gift going through. That's so strange. Well, the rules are actually pretty good. There's not any like really obvious. Essentially, the link to what exactly? The link to the explanation as to how you sign Chinese players in the third tier of Italy. That's what I really want to know. I'm curious. That's all. I just really want to know how you managed to sign Chinese players in the third tier. Is there like a loophole that I completely didn't realise? Okay, cool. So, still not answering the question. Match squad must... Yes, we must have young players in it, but all of the rest of these rules only apply to B teams. The only rule I can see is that we must have two players under the age of 21. Cooper, which is actually fine, right? Empty or full. Thank you for the follow. No, I realise that's a save file, but I'm still just looking for an answer to the original question. Fernando Ovalar. He's so shit these days. Okay, so a couple of expiry. Well, that's for next season, so that's not an issue. We can work on that later, because some of these guys literally won't sign new deals with us anyway, because we're not allowed to. Yeah, that's almost certainly how it's done. I was just curious to know if there was a way. I guess the first thing is don't take over with a crap team like I did. That's probably your best bet, really, isn't it? Bobir Abduholikov, that's her name. Oh, did they, sorry, my apologies. They actually did say how they did it. I'm just curious. Sorry, I miss stuff in chat sometimes. Scouting update. Wait, set up recruitment team. Ooh. Well, it'd be rude not to take a load of these guys on trial now, wouldn't it? 15 guys. Anyone... Chat, there's an 18-year-old goalkeeper here called Ismail Van Wraith. Okay, first things first. Ability. Anyone who's young, kind of good, and hasn't got a club. We just sort by age first. So he's kind of... Oh, there's Muric, actually. Wait. I didn't scout him, did I? That's wild. Thank you for that crazy hype train, chat. That's very, very kind of you. Enjoy your golden cappers. 5'11". Yeah, I mean, he's not 6'8", is he? Like, let's be honest. Red, yeah, but that's 6 months away. As an affiliation with Nantong. You can... But surely you're not allowed to play the players, right? Because the Serie Chi doesn't allow you to have non-EU players in it, even on loan, right? Unless I missed something. From Vesta. Oh, he was he? My apologies. In that case, fuck it. Well, he doesn't look amazing, but it's certainly worth a trial. Huh. No, I just didn't realise he was actually in my scout reports. Hello, Route 1. Van Wraith looks kind of fun. And he's called Van Wraith, which is really nice. As a fullback here, Sebastian Dalen. He looks like the CA's lying a little bit. When you compare him to, say, some of our other guys that are already better than that. There's a guy called Techik. Oh, nice. Right. But the rest... There's Elton Yeboah. You're a striker, so we'll have to ignore you. Unfortunately, his name is wonderful. He's got... Xander Marte. You're 25. You're another goalkeeper, actually. You are potentially a winger. Oh, come on, FM, no. Let's take them all. Elton is very interesting. Elton Yeboah is always a good vibe. We can trial them. Don't know if there's any non-units in there. So, you've not got a contract. You're an Enganche. Guys like this, the reason we also want to look for the younger players is because they will, generally speaking, demand less money, and obviously we want to try to keep the wages down as low as possible, if we can. Because I think we could build a pretty good side out of just using young players, because there's so many floating around here. Serie T went about as bad as something could possibly go, honestly. We do use a DLP. Like an older head that's just sort of sitting there spraying balls around, almost like a quarterback, could be kind of fun. There's a guy here at Levadia who's worth like... Just a random chap at this an Estonian side who's worth absolute fortune. Yeah, Teddy here is actually kind of nice. There's Yannick Etila, who's another goalkeeper, though. Like, goalkeeper, I mean, obviously, if I find a goated keeper, then I'm not opposed to it. But it's not like a desperately good position that we desperately need someone in it. 6'4". So he's basically tiny compared to our goalkeeper. Wage demands are quite high. Yeah, there's just no cash. I think what I want to do is look at Belgian amateurs, genuinely. Do you have weird players? I don't know. Depends on how you define weird players, I guess. I'm going to whack up, since we're clearly not getting that, I'm going to whack this up to that so we can get the lower division teams as well. Because we can afford it for the time being. Because what I really want to see is already have extensive knowledge of them. Because we couldn't see their attributes. Right? A lot of those guys, I couldn't see their attributes. So there's no point in extensive... Yeah. Unless I'm mistaken, I'm pretty certain most of the players I clicked on there, I couldn't see their attributes. Also, remember, if you trial them, you still get like extra information out of it. Extensive doesn't always mean extensive. And in addition, if I don't trial them, then I'll entirely forget about the player and then I won't sign them. If I keep them close to me like that, then at least I'll have some knowledge of the player, that they're around, and I just won't forget that they exist. Right, let's have a look. Let's do some sorting and see if we can find some Belgian amateurs. Wait, have I already got a set for unattached? We could get some more players out of this for sure. Potentially, although I think a lot of these guys are players I've just looked at, but that's okay. I like being able to use Amdram. I'm curious to see how this is going to go, actually. Because I've never tried doing the Belgian amateur method. Cool, that got a bit squiffy there. We want Amdram. Import that. Then load it from that. Then not save the current filter. Then switch it over to Belgium. There'll be tons. 135. Alright. What we got? Anyone played loads? So the clubs they're obviously at matter. The amount of appearances also matter. So honestly, it might be Amdram. Because it's amateur and I called it that because reasons. This guy's actually he's a striker anyway. Yeah, amateur dramatics is the reason I call it that. I realise that that's just a really strange phrase, but that's the reason it's called that. So how many players have we got with some like games? There's Thighs the Cock, which is so good. Sven Smeets. What are we saying, Svenny boy? We're just going to scout these guys anyway. Anyone who's got a game. Is there anyone that's like really young and played loads of games? Like a random 60, like this guy here, Souza, for example. Was he rapid? He had a good name, if that helps. Where was he? We're going to scout them all anyway, but... Where's Sven gone? How many games did he have? Ah, there he is. Oh, damn. Oh, look at that acceleration. Oh, we're going to scout them all. No. Stop it, Matt. Stop it. I was literally about to sign him on just because I can see his acceleration. Stop. Step away from... Surely we... What more do you need? Oh, God, stop it. Stop it. Where is he? Where is he? There he is. Oh, he has got a good first touch as well. 5'5". He's a winger. Plays for Royal Capita. Who are these guys? They do have 10 youth recruitment, which is the same as us. They're in the fourth tier, I think. But they do have the same recruitment level as we do. So there is a chance that he's actually quite... Just ask his agent. Maybe he'll want loads of money. Won't require a transfer fee. Would want a wage of 0. Well, we know that. Is he actually a good side to get people from? Someone also mentioned that, is it RFC Liège is another one. Also, I will get to that lookup in a second. Fuck it. Let's have a look. Youngster... We actually need to sign some guys that aren't on part-time contracts anyway. Minimum I can give is 200. If I'm going to do this, do I actually... I could at least get rid of all the appearance fees and stuff. So that way, if he doesn't... maybe that's a better idea, actually. Fuck it. He is at least Belgian, so I can keep his wage down as low as possible. Is this a stupid idea? Probably. You know what, right? If he's shit, he's shit. I'm not going to do that again. Actually, no, that's not true. If he turns out good, I'm emphatically going to do that again. Who am I kidding? Of course I'm going to do that again. I just... Don't play him on amateur. You're right. Actually, the smart thing to do... Virton is another team to do this for. We've signed good players from Virton. The smart thing to do there would have been to take him on a part-time amateur... On the non-contract deal first, wouldn't it? Yes, that was the smart play. Take him on that deal. Right. That would have been the smart play. But, sod's law, he's good. And then... We then can't offer him a new deal because he's only just signed one and then someone steals him from us. I love the way that I'm acting as if he's good. It's positive. I appreciate that from myself, but I've got to get my head around this a little bit first. I'll scout everybody else that's played a single game, and they'll come through over the next few weeks. It's hopium. It fully is hopium. Do the same with DeCock, one at a time. Although, I must admit, DeCock had actually played a few more games. And he's 16, which means that he's... Be a starter. Thing is, wasn't he playing a role that I don't even use? Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit is the epitome of Belgian amateurs, but this is why we do it. It's going to be... What I will say is, obviously we're in the kind of range of teams that... Oh, it wasn't even in the database. Oh, no, hang on. I spelled it wrong. Pardon me. That's the chap. They're obviously... Wow, he has got all the homegrown. Hey, did you hear this guy's homegrown? It turns out, actually, chat, he's homegrown. But did you know that he's homegrown? But now he's homegrown, but bluer. That's right. Absolutely free. You're right. Should we just sign DeCock for free? On like a... We'll have a battle of Smeets versus DeCock. Doesn't even have an agent. Future prospect, low move. Wait, is this... Watch him turn out to be better. And that's fine. Can you put in like a... Oh, you can't put clauses on these, can you? Fuck it. We'll sign those two right now. I both back Smeets. Also, it's not even Smeets, is it? It's Smates. Sven Smates. I mean, man's got alliteration for days. Right, so we're getting some of the trialies coming in. Who just said no? Oh, Teddy said no. Which is annoying, because Teddy was the one I was actually considering signing. Typical. Sven's mates. They're all beautiful women. Okay, we are in with a team called Seraing in the third tier of Belgian football, but they actually are a former top flight side. Which one is Eric Bartos? Oh, God, this isn't going to turn into an Eric Bartos moment, is it? No. The other thing about us, right, at this level is the Belgian amateur method is actually going to be really fruitful for us because we're a much worse side than we normally are when we do the Belgian amateur method. He could be a signing. He's fun. Dalen would be depth at best. Actually, he's all right. This guy... Why did I... He's not even any good, and he's a striker. Irsan Muric is also a striker. Why did I take him? But now we've seen him. He's coming for a little bit. Elton, right, what are we saying? I think we could do better, but I'll certainly try. I'll keep him on trial for a little bit. Right, Skirty, Kevin Skirty. He's okay. Since we didn't get Teddy, we could always get Skirty, but I think we could get better. Plus, we haven't even asked our Doff for anyone yet. Oh, hello. He's quite fun. The thing is, I kind of want to play our own guy, Henry Asomba, as our BWM this season, and trust in our own player. Although this guy's solid and well-rounded, 6 foot tall as well. Xander Martel. He's actually got quite good finishing and composure. He's not slow either.
Came in summer.
To be fair.
In
Simo,
winter,
thank you for the follow. I don't hate him. It is indeed trial o'clock. Trial and also accidentally on purpose signing Belgian amateurs on free transfers when I don't even need to pay for them, but paying for them anyway. Natty Cap. Problem with Natty Cap, as you remember, is that we have to pay anyone who's non-EU. Wait, what? Right, okay. Circle. Yeah, okay, I've got to try and offer him a new deal. The fact that Cercle de Bruges are interested in him suggests that he is worth signing. £600 appearance fee is absolutely unhinged, by the way, lad. You're going to want to simmer that down. I think this is possibly our way of locking players in. Now, this might end up coming back to bite us, potentially. Oh, Charm won a bit of Millie as well. Magic! Thank you for the follow. And Wusu, lol. Wherever he might be, which is actually Hajduk split, as it goes. He's already out of our price range, but he's also out of my whether I want him range. It was around 18. Yeah, I'm hoping that maybe... I mean, it is still Circle Bruges. It's just that it means that it's like a representative of their under 18 squad. 69 and an SYC. God, I would... At one point, that's the sort of thing I would totally do. Abrasar. Wait, someone else coming from... Oh, shit, you're right. I didn't see that. Yeah, we have to sign him up as well, aren't we? My apologies. Thank you for... Shit, he was the guy that I was looking at right at the start of stream, and now I can't offer him a new deal, so we may well lose Valerie. That's unfortunate. I didn't even look at the under-19 squad. I looked at the B team. Ah, to be fair, there's actually only this guy, Dylan Boyer. He's okay. I think he just needs a bit more time in that league. I don't think that's too bad. There'll be others. It's not ideal, but we'll do a better job at looking after the players that come through now. It's tough to work with these guys when you first get there because you just don't know. At this level, 5 stars could mean fucking anything, right? When I was doing Beaconsfield tests last year, I was getting players coming through. They all had 5 stars, of course, right? But some of them would have like 130 PA and some of them would have like 30 PA and they were all considered 5 stars. And that's the thing. It's so hard to tell. Oh, thank you, Simo. Lots more coming soon. I'm recording a video tomorrow and I'm going to try to work on the Cardiff Drax recap section for hopefully next weekend to get that done. While I'm still working on Beaconsfield in the background. Just as and when. Matteo Moreno. Did I spell his name wrong? Was it 1 T? Oh, it was 2 T's. Not seeing a Matteo Moreno. Currently, anyway. No, unfortunately not. Don't mean a whole lot. No, but remember, at that level, you gotta base them on something, right? You can't just ignore them because that's all you've got to go on. You can't go on their attributes for potential. You have to use something to judge them with. The gap. Well, it's not even the gap is smaller, obviously, because of the way that the numbers are measured, right? It was 1 T. It's written with 2 T's, and but I don't know who it is. I'm assuming it's this guy.
Appreciate all the content, tips and tricks, laughs and good times with good people, mate. Much love to you and chat.
Thank you, friend. It's very kind. Are among the leaders in the first league when it comes to outperforming their expected goals and we're doing so far 0. You love to see it. Yeah, I refund your points. I don't think I can find him. That's a Spotify request. That is Mele Wittevin or Wittevane. Free agent. I'm not sure. We unfortunately can't see much about him. Anyway, I didn't see those, Stewie. I don't think I did anyway. That's intriguing. The game is built towards higher levels, basically, yeah. So what it's saying when you get a guy coming through and it reckons that they've only got like 50 PA, but they're still 5 stars, because technically your squad is so bad that actually, if they were to grow to their full potential, they won't be 5 stars in your squad. But it doesn't know how to represent them being a lot better than that. Occasionally you'll see that extra little half star in the final star, but that's pretty rare. Maybe a trial-y. I don't know. I prefer not to like take trial-y recommendations from chat, just because it sort of defeats the point of the save in terms of like, you know, we didn't find this guy. He wasn't like on our radar in any way, and it feels a little bit cheaty. Alfie Bavich. That's not how you spell that. Got them in the end. At Aberdeen. Oh, so he's the one keeping Robbie Cooper out of the starting 11. God damn it, man. I don't think he is, actually. I don't think Robbie's really playing. Can I get Robbie? Oh, no, he'd be non EU, wouldn't he? God damn it. But we'll check him on trial anyway. I just don't feel as comfortable with them, just because I didn't see him recommended by one of my scouts, so the club wouldn't realistically know about him. Robbie Cooper, well, it's the off-season, so he's not got any, like... Why did I type in Cooper and expect one dude to show up? Crying out loud, Matt. Ah, dear. Whoppers! Thank you for the 41 months. There he is. He did play for them last year, but it was 23 substitute appearances. So here's hoping that he gets a bit more game time for Aberdeen this season, maybe. It seemed like a good idea for him to move to a club like Aberdeen, and I guess he has played, just not a lot of starts. Yeah, no international games for Wales yet. That'd be tough, actually, to be fair. Robbie Cooper on loan. I don't know if we'd even be allowed to, and also he's a striker, so us having him on loan would be utterly pointless. Because we wouldn't play him unless I had to switch the tactic. International talk. We will do some scouting in a minute, chat. I promise. Brazil have won the World Cup, which was the only, obviously, international tournament that's actually taken place so far in the save, and in the Euros. We've had France. Wow, FM really playing the hits today. And Asian Cup. We had an Australia dub. And technically Japan dub there as well, actually. AFCON, Senegal, and Ghana. Wow, it's been a bit of a gap there. I suppose we've got one this year, right? Yeah, he's not getting in the way. I don't think he's that good, but for the level we were at, he was good. South America, I guess we've got the Copa America, which was Argentina again. Yeah, random stuff won't happen yet, but random stuff will emphatically happen. There's way more chance of random stuff happening once we get to like season 10, 15. So those trials finish is fine. Witveen, he might be quite good. Yeah, I mean, he's very good. But I'm just like, but also. No, for now. Exactly, yeah. Right. Let me just look at... Be rude not to suggest target. Where do we actually need players? Right. If the season started today, where would play and who would play where and where? And when? Mostly when. Diop's goalie. Actually, we just do a quick pick. We have no players. I'm going to wait until we come back from... No. What am I doing? So Diop, goalkeeper. Bang. Just auto-size these a little bit so I can see a bit better. So we've got a nice little back line here, actually. I wanted Kamayogo on the right. I wanted Christopher Lawrence on the left. Pick best 11. It won't do it because they're ineligible at the moment. And we wanted Muller and Bamini in centre-back pairing. We can move them around once we know which foot they are. Wait, is that smart? So both right-footed, but you've got a better left foot, so you go there. Quick bit without restriction. Nope. Well, it doesn't do that, does it? Pick without restriction. Entire pick. Doesn't work. It's like I've played this game before. You'd think it would, but it doesn't. Because apparently there are still restrictions even when it's out. Even when you tell it that... Yeah. FM be weird like that, sadly. Bottom one, best 11. Oh, it does. So why don't the others work? That's fucking stupid. Pick entire team without restriction. So, but why does only one of them work? Create your tactic. Yeah. Super fun. Also, that's just not true, is it? So it basically, I'm glad to know that. But also notice it's put loads of like Yeah, so this is kind of pointless anyway, because it's put loads of trialies in. So again, it's pointless. So I might as well have just been doing what I was doing anyway, because it picks the trial players. That's true. They need those extra options. Let me just clear the entire team selection anyway. Back to what we were doing. Yeah, but it would have put him in goal, because he is better than the other guy in theory. Did he put the two jumping reach centre back in? Good for him. I want Yamayogo there. Devos is very good as well, though. So we'll have a bit of competition between those two. It's better to just do it manually anyway, because if you do it manually, you get a better idea of who you actually like. So the DMs, we've got... I like Henry as the ball-win midfielder. We don't really have like a... Because he's more of a CM. Oh, that actually is passing... you can't really play DM anyway. So for the time being, Booty. Naturally. Buono... He's actually, to be fair, Buono's passing and vision are quite good. So... In actuality, it's probably Buono instead of Booty, right? But it's Regan Booty. We know it's Booty, really. But for the time being, temporarily, it's Buono. Guillaume is the centre mid. Haidini is the right-sided player. Actually, is Haidini the right-sided player? Whether Haidini plays right or left will heavily depend on whether Sven's mates are actually any good. They're not. We don't have a shadow striker, though I'll put Ertz in there for the time being. But it ain't going to be him. Wait, is there two Ertz? Oh, it's just occurred to me there's two Ertz. We've got Rayan Ertz and Gender's Ertz. Not Gender's Ertz. Gender's Ertz was a Patreon region. Yeah, if you ask Bono, it's Bono. But it's Booty, really. Okay. So, Devos is right back. Booty's Booty. That's all you need to know about that. You're a striker, so we don't care about you. So... Anyone else that I'm massively forgetting here? So we've got a few more options there. You're a substitute. There's a few like Candu. He's a goalkeeper. He can do though. You're a trialee. You're trialies. You're all kind of naff. You're trialies. Okay, cool. So as far as the squad goes,
on the
that's what we've got. David Rice, thank you very much for the 2 months. I have never managed to get a false 9 roll to work properly, ever. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was Loris Prison as well. So I've been wanting to get an idea, basically, of where we need to strengthen this team. So, of the players I've put in the starting 11, we definitely need a better shadow striker. We've got really good depth at right back, which is good news. So that's literally right back is the one position I'm looking at and going, right, that's fine. We've got Kamayogo and we've got Arthur Devos, who are both really good at right back, which is tremendous. So basically, we need a first choice winger and then... every other position on the pitch. It will be him. So if Smates somehow is good enough to play in our starting 11, then Haidini can play off the left-hand side because Haidini is actually left-footed. So I'd be happy to play Haidini on the left if Smates somehow turns out being good. Oh, best FM save? I don't know. Possibly MTK? In terms of the overall just excellency? But desperation, I honestly think I want to wait and see what Smates is like, and then I can do the thing I was going to probably do anyway. The one position I'm desperate to look for, though, is a shadow striker. We need a good shadow striker. So first things first, Doffy boy, what we saying? We've got time because it's early in the window, thankfully. Free transfers, shadow strikers, what we saying? My God, our Doff has actually found players. It is truly possible. Oh, he's found more. It is a dream. We'll do loans as well, because why the hell not, right? Oh, it's tremendous. Look at him go. I forgot what it was like to have a Doff that actually could do his own job. Excellenceness, yeah, indeed. Oh, Messi on goals was hilarious. It was bad, but it was hilarious. Armenia Bielefeld, well, we know they don't exist. So what are we supposed to do with that? We can't sign a player from a club that doesn't exist. Also, £900 a week means we'd have to pay £900 a week, so he'd have to be very good. These guys will trial. Shrevenish Vesda, my favourite thing... Shrevenish Vesda save does feature, still to this day, my favourite game that I've ever played, which was the PSV game. The Lewis Skelly thing, I knew this would come up. I don't know, I've looked at it and I'm just like, it does seem harsh, but I can sort of still see why, because he does sort of go in rakes his sleds down the guy. The one that it reminds me of, but it's nowhere near as severe as, was the one where the Cardiff City player was sent off against Tottenham at Wembley a few years ago, like quite a few years ago, where he was given a straight red card. That one was much worse. I still don't think it's a red, but I can sort of still see why they didn't like overrule it if that's what the referee decided. I haven't seen the Enciso one. What I would say is, though, it is hilarious that this keeps happening to Arsenal specifically. He does rake him, but I'm very surprised that it was given as a red. It's one of those ones where they're applying the letter of the law, but they don't always do that, and it's like, Yeah, I didn't see the Enciso one. Was it clearing up? Well, there you go, yeah. Let's have a look at Jeremy Rice. We might actually be able to see his information. There is, yes. So I've been told. They won the game anyway. So, yeah, but he will still receive a ban. So it's still going to benefit. I suppose they can appeal it and they're probably going to overturn, right? Yeah, that one was quite a naughty one, wasn't it? Isaac Gyökeres. Well, I mean, Newcastle are challenging for the Champions League right now. I don't think that he has a reason to leave at this stage. The problem with these guys is, I mean, I don't want this dude, because we're looking at Shadow Striker. He needs to be able to finish and compose. So I can rule him out. The rest of them we know nothing about. If we moved fast on some of these guys, we might be able to get... This guy's free. Yeah, actually, good shout. This guy's probably going to be free. So that's no-brainer. Tremendous. Not that, though. I may have to pay a little bit in order to get that out of the way. Loan cannot be terminated. Let's get rid of that as well. Wow, they actually just went for it. So that's great. Not only is it free, but I can also send him back. The reason I want to act fast on these ones, because I believe you have to wait a month before you can cancel a loan. And if we do it soon enough, we'll be able to cancel it in the same window, potentially. Jeremy Rice, or Rice, is the one that intrigues me the most. We'd have to pay £700 a week, but he is a natural shadow striker. If I can get that off, that's interesting. The fact that they want him to play as a shadow striker, they only want £700 a week for him. I feel like that might be a smart move for us right there. Yeah, the Polish lad they did, but I think they want that a lot. At least they're not saying squad player like they were every time we looked at a player in Italy, I suppose, right? It's a benefit. Did I do all that? Oh, Jeff Hendrick. Which one, Andrew? Exactly. 28 days, you can't cancel outside the transfer window. Yeah, that's the thing. So if we get him in now and he turns out to be naff, then we can cancel him before the end of the window and get our money back. So I want to move on these loans as fast as possible to get them over the line before the end of the transfer. Sorry, before 28 days before the end of the... Basically, we want to wrap up our loan business, ideally, by the end of July, really, with that in mind. Nevtinko, thank you for the follow. The only issue is basically I can't see any of the other ones. Any limit on loans? As far as I can tell, Sosho probably won't want money because he's £450 a week. I believe if it's anything under 250, they tend not to want money, but anything over he's worth a punt on £90 a week, right? Would this even be allowed in Belgium? Also, this is interesting. Because you'd think that with the way this works, right, we're not allowed to pay less. But I guess that doesn't apply to loans? Does that mean we could loan non-EU players in on way less wages than the league minimum? We'll get rid of the termination. I'll get rid of that. God, they're being quite lenient on this, aren't they? Who else is good? I might just leave it at that for the moment. That this guy is... You know what, this is true. Right, fuck it. Let's just let that play out. We've got time. Paying over the amount. I guess so. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, all these guys are on, like... What was the rule? But... Surely with the guy like that's on like £250 a week, surely we should have to... either way, I'm not bothered if it goes in our favour. I'm not super arsed, am I? Right. These are the trialees as well, so we may find a guy who's a really good trial option, potentially. French second nationality. I think wasn't it 1.6? I swear it was 1.6 for non-EU. Yeah, 1.6k for non-EU full-time. It's insane. It's going okay, Matty. We've signed Regan Booty, which is the most important thing. Like, we've done the important thing first. Got suggested for Shadow Strikers, but they wanted to be an AP. Yeah, they'll do that. Oh, by the way, Jeff Hendrick is an unemployed manager. Bless him. Definitely going to keep an eye on Jeffy. Wait, hang on. He finished off at... Is that real life? Or did that happen in the save? That he's just randomly gone to carry Kawasaki Frontal? I love that. Bro's just gone on a tour of Japan for his final 2 seasons. Like that for you, Jeffy. Good stuff, bud. Okay. So we've got a couple of loans coming in, a couple of trialees. Sven, maybe. How good is Booty at this level? I like his attributes, but the game doesn't. He's like 1 star, 1 star. But he actually has still quite good attributes. So that's okay, which means he'll get game time. Okay, Adam Tolber. Like the composure. Don't like the finishing. Do like the pace, though. So actually, I'm glad you mentioned this. Say hi to God. So if I was to loan in a player who's non-EU, because I've noticed that players that are non-EU on loan, that doesn't seem to apply to them. It only seems to apply to permanent contracts. Is that true? Matisse Labro. Oh, no, he's not got any composure, man. He's Regan fucking Booty. Exactly. Which is why I've got Regan Booty on a non-contract deal, by the way. The reason because I can't put him on a permanent one. So full-time. Well, a loan is still a full-time contract, right? With semi-pro. Does that mean that there's no limit? Because it doesn't mention non-EU on any of the part-time deals. Like the non-EU thing only applies to full-time wages from what I can see here. So it's weird that it doesn't mention non-EU at all. There isn't like a minimum wage for non-EU on part-time basis, which is odd. Either way, Austin Asayande. Pacey, composy, potentially finishy. Does like big matches, that's irrelevant, but Phil London don't count. Okay, cool. Yeah, 6'4", which is nice. We've got August Ori Torstensson. Oh, wow. We know so little about... It's vague at the moment, but there could be something there. Yeah, a minimum £200 a week for everyone is quite good. Wow, Mustafa. I think a lot of that CA is being used elsewhere in areas that I'm not super bothered by. What about Watara? Reject it. Good for them, I guess. I need to whack in... Oh. We would definitely would have been pro at the start of this save, right? So the club has had to make the decision to become semi-pro, which is fun. I probably should schedule some friendlies soon, actually. Get the match sharpness back up. To be fair, we'll probably find if you go, what the hell? Hang on. Need to move and be playing with better players. Unfortunately, at this level, if I ask a player to do anything... Yeah, that face when you ask a player to do their job is so annoying. Right, where's the one... All right, mate. Why haven't I got an option there, by the way, to say, oh, I'm going to buy better players? Because I am. Oh, another hilarious thing is, on my Beaconsfield save, I had the squad come to me and say, oh, we don't think the squad depth is enough. And then, hilariously, we had a youth intake, and then it literally fulfilled the promise. I was like, oh, I'll make it better. Youth intake happens. I moved them to the first team, and they're like, hey, look at these guys. It was great. I mean, I'm not breaking a promise to him, but it is very annoying. Oh, great. Cheers, Bo. Tosser. So he's FRT'd us, but whatever. It's frustrating, but if we could sell him this window, then it's not the end of the world. Frustrating, though, because he's not worth very much. But if we get the right... He's a bit of an annoying one, isn't he? We'll invite some offers and see what happens. Because what we can do is we can 50% of next sale fee, which means we pretty much have to make sure that we sell him to the club with the highest rep in the highest rep league. Because we want to be able to sell that clause later. Because we're not going to get any money for him up front because of our current value or reputation level. But if we can get some value later, that's fine. Standard Liège would be good, yeah. Colorado 2 in for cap. Mondacage 1. No. Yeah, indeed. Why on earth? I mean, brave of them. So Noah's gone. We have so much money to work with, to be fair. Speaking of, how are those Patreon regions going that were... to be fair, they've only had a couple of days out. A couple of bids on those guys. Nick Lemon is now or still already wanted, right? Haringey and Farmer in there. Okay, cool. He's loan listed. Ah, that would explain it. There were some strange players loan listed and like transfer listed at the start. Oh yeah, he was the guy that was transfer listed as well, wasn't he? I won't take him off the loan list because we may decide to, bring in other players that are better than him. So, wait. Please don't tell me this breaks this promise. It is weird that they're letting me do this. Yes, Benny joined Northampton, yeah. Wait, you're right, he did accept Northampton, didn't he? Also, note how I've just able to sign a scout. So it clearly only means I can't get rid of backroom staff members, I think. Because they clearly don't care about that. So apparently I can sign people. Maybe backroom staff only refers to coaching? I don't know. Either way, we were able to sign a new scout, which is good. We'll get through those guys a little bit sooner. Yeah, I thought I could fill vacancies. I just couldn't sack people. Yeah, why did Benny Lacanian bid... Wait, what? Under a bid by Northampton Town. Ah, work permit because he's Armenian. That makes sense. So he has accepted the deal that they're just waiting for the work permit to go through. It takes a little while in England, doesn't it? Yeah, how is Bro going to get a work permit out of interest? Ah, shit. Wait, hang on. I've already offered Tyrone a contract, so there's not a lot I can do here. He either signs for us or he goes to these guys, right? Who? Minnesota United's second team are in for Gus show business. With that in mind. Oh, he's already on trial here. Okay, even better. Okay, all the bids. All in Belgium for the... Oh, no, we got a couple of... It's got to be Standard Liège, hasn't it? These guys are all... Well, there's Kortrijk as well. In terms of where he's going to be worth the most money, Bannock, Ostrava and Gornik are not going to be able to be having him worth. Check for clause. I think they're all offering the exact same amount of money. Wouldn't it be cool if you could just click like a little arrow and go between the bids? What can we sell? Oh, well, the only clause we can sell right now is Michael van der Pervert, but I want to wait on that one. Tell the home office he's a cobbler. I think it's got to be Standard Liège, hasn't it? Mouse Score, you probably can, actually. Oh, yeah. So the solidarity. If they accept... The problem is, with these, as far as I know, they don't accept them, do they? Ooh, we could sneak in a loan back. What am I looking for here? It's been a while since I've done this. Percentage of next sale. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I want. Do you reckon if I lowered the fee? Because I don't... 10k is not going to... Right. The problem we've got, basically, is I don't think when you do an agent one, you can change anything about it and negotiate in any way, which is dumb. They may not want the low bet. Let's try. Okay. So it was that. It was the loan back thing. That's okay. With that in mind, I'll accept that one. But I also, the one I actually want to accept now is Kortrijk. We can always offer him out again and try and get some more bids in. So it's not the end of the world. But it was the loan back. We probably should have waited and see if they'd offered it to him. Yeah, basically at this point though, the difference between £12,000 and £14,000 or whatever is minimal, right? What we're really looking for is the money that we get off the other end of the deal. I'll turn down the rest of these guys because there's just no point. What I will do, though, is offer Bo Miller out for, like, unspecified, just to see if there's any interest in him, right? We might be able to get a bidding war going, potentially. Do you know what, chap? The dumbest thing about this as well is I guarantee you, had I not put the clause in the original contract, Standard Liège would have also offered us a loan back too. Fucking, oh, mate. Bro, Liège would 100% have done this as well. But because I asked them for it, at that point, they're like, no. Okay, in that case, we're going to... just cancel... I don't want to go to a second tier side, basically, and that is what Ostend are. So we'll cancel at Ostend. We'll accept the loan back from... so we basically get to pay up... We get to keep the player for the rest of the season anyway, and he'll be happy all of a sudden. Yeah, literally, it's 2 different game years. Yeah, because this was new, wasn't it? Kortrijk, we accept the loan back. Nice. Higher rate? Nah. It simply isn't that at all. I guarantee you, they would have all accepted the same. FM's not that smart a lot of the time. Love that they're now offering less money. Lads, what? Hey, Smates is coming in. So is Rice and DeCock. What a trio. We've got Rice, DeCock, and Smates all coming in. And we get money off our wage bill. Exactly. Yeah, that's not happening. I think we'll just accept that he's going to go to Kortrijk. We could sell the clause later. Cash injection. Where did you get that money? That you said before Kortrijk? Yes, I did. That was the Ostend one. Okay. So Rice is coming in. Ties DeCock. And Sven Smates, who Hadrian reckons is going to be a brilliant, and I'm not so sure about. Millie's gone to Charlton. Cash injection. Wow! 120 grand? Seems unnecessary. Happy to stay at the club. Did it actually? I suppose he's now... That is hilarious. But it will sort out the squad hierarchy issues. We basically get to keep him for an extra year anyway. Worth negotiation with Standard. What do you mean? What's worth negotiating with Standard? Wait, did they come... They offered us less money. I mean, I can try offering him out again. Oh, you mean... Did they come back a second time? Sorry, I didn't see that. Try again, but... Like, wait, 9.6k? No, 5.6, but still, that's a lot of money. Okay, see if these guys are any good or not. Oh, damn. He's fine. Not exactly... He does have quite a lot of nice attribute. He's got a good player trait. Finishing's okay. Composure's fine, but it's not great. He might be a guy we send back and save ourselves some cash, honestly. He's not bad for a team that don't exist. Exactly right. What about DeCock? Okay. DeCock may have been a bit of a miss, but it's okay because we're not paying him any money and only if he plays, which is fine. I tell you what, if Smates is somehow worse than DeCock, we could be in trouble. Taco Mike, thank you for the 23 months.
Heading out for a 16-mile race now. Let's go.
I don't want to click on him in case he's shit. Do you know what, right? The 2-star CA pint, that's what matters to me. The PA is crap, right? We can all agree he's got no potential, but he's not completely appalling. He is rapid. He could be a lot worse. But what it does mean for me is that we're going to have to retrain him in order to even play him. Probably left wing as well, because we could play Haidini on the right. Yeah, that's not crazy. I guess I'll get him working on that. Let this be a lesson to you, chat. This is why you scout players first. Just a thought. Yeah, I'm not impressed with either of them, but we tried. He may well have seen him. He's fast. That's crucial. He is at least fast. Yeah, this is why I should have put him on a non-contract deal. Well, no, we'll put him in the senior squad. Since we're paying him senior wages, we may as well play him. So it's winger attack, actually. which is what I put him on. Nice. Okay, cool. What's outstanding currently? We've still got these 2 loans to deal with. It's weird that they consider him an This is what confuses me. Why do the fans... Are they just desperate for anybody? Because why is he B-rated? Is it just because he's got high CA? So how much is at Palace? Still no game time just yet, though. He just loves a bit of everything. He's a jack of all trades. Useless at all. Yes, he should have been a sprinter instead. Deary me. Have them pay the wages. We could find a loan for him, potentially. Oh, the fact that he has 2-star CA, though. I'll tell you what, right? If he had 2-star, 5-star, right, and there was allegedly potential there, I'd feel a lot better about him. Because I'd be like, oh, yeah, we'll just play him loads and hopefully develop and see where he's at. But he's worth a go. We've got nothing better right now since Hydini's on the right. And looks like he's staying there for the foreseeable future. Okay, so Daniel Andre actually chose to sign for us. That's good. So he turned down Cercle Bruges. That's really exciting news, actually. Why are you being trained as a centre-back? No. Doesn't really have the best of the work rate there. He's also 2-star CA, which to me is first team at this point. We'll get him up. Hello, Jack. So Victor Joseph is in. One of these guys is bound to be good. Oh, Astana Liège back. They are. Why have you only bid £1,000? What? Why have you only bid £500? I mean, I could change that. I could almost certainly change that to 50 and they'll be all right with it. All right. Fucking all right. Do you know what? Fuck it. Maybe it was just them being twats. I'll just send him to Kortrijk then. Silly billies. The fact is, he's going to be worth basically the same amount at Kortrijk as he would be at Stana Liège, really. Victor Joseph. Oh, dear. Right. Okay. Paszkowski is not going to be anywhere near as good as these other two. Unless because he's a regen, there's more chance of variance. He's the Haitian Smates. As if he's better. What? He's not that much better, but actually he might legitimately be a more useful option for us because he's younger. And could develop over the course of the year. As if he's the best. Well, or certainly up there. Thing is, right, I think he serves a purpose anyway. He's not super shadow striker, I admit, but he's certainly an interesting footballer nevertheless. And considering he's the cheapest of the bunch, that surprises me a little bit. Let me just schedule some friendlies against some crap teams so we can get some matches going. Start getting these guys some game time. No, he's very much not a shadow striker, but he is still a good player, and I like that. We'll play against FC Troyes. We get to experience a whole new world of names here. Let's play against Batis. Batis. And FC Ons. Wait, am I having to pay money here? Villiers? Okay, we'll still make money off these ones. That's okay. He feels like a kind of guy that's more of a central midfielder, like a central midfield playmaker than he is there, basically. Players with terrible attributes that outplay the star ratings and attributes. Well, you won't outplay your attributes because your attributes are what decides how good a player plays for the most part, right? You could have a player that is like really, really specialized for one specific role that might help. Hello, Ginger. How's it going, man? That's the thing. So you could have a centre-back, for example, that's just got really good jumping, heading, marking and tackling, aggression, bravery, but nothing else. So are they good, are they bad? It just depends entirely. And the stars fluctuate with form now, of course. What I do want to look at, actually, is win the Champions League with a club who's never won never been in a European final. That is the goal of the save. Exclamation mark OTI. Let's have a look at some freebies for this left wing role. Since my assistant's apparently got all the options now. Oh, these are a bit older. Just do straight up freebies as well. Only added one dude, okay. See if there's any loanees here and all, because I want to get the loanees done if they are going to be done soon. There's a guy from Cremonese there, 19-year-old. I'm good at FMFC. Nearly back to full health. I should do full there. Because it's part of the Church of Smates. Too many people. Oh, that sucks. Certificates of business. Well, that's the main thing, man. Onwards and upwards, right? Let's get Turf Croyer. Turf Crower? Cool name. Couple of free loanies in there potentially as well. But Barado's the one that intrigues me the most. But we'll trial these guys first, since we can. Yannick Glessing could be a blessing, potentially. Damien Hauser. Daniele Liotti. We're getting a few, like, Italian-sounding chappies in here. Cheltenham Town then. Oh, yeah. No. We're avoiding England if we can. See if we can see their attributes. Did I miss a lot? We're basically... There's 3 more seasons since then, Jinjo. That was... Thank you, boss! That's what I do. Andrea Barada, we know nothing about him other than he is 6'1" and wanted by some teams in Serie C. Yeah, I should hopefully be able to get the Cardiff one out next. Yes, we do. ! OTI teams will give you the list of clubs that haven't been in the final in this save. There is a ! Spreadsheet will give you like a default version of the spreadsheet that doesn't have extra teams added because of this save. Nathaniel, thank you for the follow. I think we pass on Barado because those clubs that are interested in him worry me. Fjellberg, wanted by Strømmen, NSI Runevic. A team that isn't Atletico but should be. Yeah, Serie G is worse than our level. Actually, is it worse than our level? Shit, I just closed chat. GG, Matt. Nearly accidentally shut OBS then as well. That was fun. Like this... Yeah, we actually are. Despite the fact that this is the 3rd tier of Belgium and that's the 3rd tier of Italy, we actually are slightly higher than that. Surprisingly. So maybe not him. What about this guy? At least we could see some attributes. Oh, pace, acceleration, 5'3". He's a short boy. He actually played for an Andorran team as well, which makes this even more fun. The Andorran team that just has all their kits the same. Midfielder, wing, left. That's fine. Loan can be terminated. Oh, I nearly got stuck there.
They are building it now.
Okay, that's fine. I'm all right with that. Stefan Swedish FM Pagan, thank you for the follow. What I might do, honestly, here is just get some more Maltese Wonder Kids. Not that I've seen, anyway. I could do with another DLP. We'll have a couple of... Oh my god, look at the second dude's name. He's 100% Georgian, but Lord Kipanat... Hang on. Lord Kipanidze. Superb. He's got Lord at the start. Lord Mahavir, perhaps. Yeah, God, with a name like that, you're 100% Georgian. Wonderful one. Yeah, but £170 is still less than we're paying our most... it is weird that they wanted money, isn't it? It's still less than that which they want, that we'd have to pay a full-time player. In addition, I think the reason they want the money is because they're not a very big side. These are like a 3rd or 4th tier... Wow. This is 4th tier or 3rd tier France. Yeah, when you see the Idze, Adze, or Ishvili, you know you're coming for Georgia. Okay, let me try... On the off chance, just... Because centre-backs are so easy to find... We may as well take some now to have a little look at. The quicker we can build the squad, the better, because that way we can deal with all those loans guys I want to send back. Because I think like Rice is going to get sent back. Personally, I'm not over the moon with him. Sort of just paying a bit too much on his wages, honestly. Ah, here we go. Oh, Liotti rejected us. Bastard. Hang on. Why would they reject us from there when that's literally my assistant saying, these are guys that I think should sign for you? I mean, he's 33 anyway, so, like, basically dead at this point, says a 34-year-old. Where's old Judge Storat? Isn't he an assistant now or something? Yeah. He is on the short... Yeah, he's on the staff shortlist. He's very bad at his job. But that's okay. We accept that for him. Mansfield Town have a loan new. I don't believe so. Still at Leeds right now. Still wanted. Sorry, no, not still wanted. Still listed for loan. But no current interest.
There's a train coming anytime soon.
No, Jinjo. In fact, we've been completely sans bots. So if we have any bots today, I'm just saying it's going to be a little bit suspicious. Mr. 527, thank you for the follow. Oh, hello. Oh. Frey Elkshire Anderson. He's fun. I want to know more because I want to know what that jumping reach is. But minimum 10 is good. For 5'11", a minimum 10 jumping reach. Yeah, I mean, hey, maybe we'll get lucky and it's 12 heading. It ain't 12 heading. He could be fun. And he's 20 too, so youngster. We've got an Adonis. Oh, look at that determinant. Oh, wow. He's very intriguing. That passing as well. And he can tackle a bit. Adonis Milai looks really good. Start of the season yet? Well, in the sense that we are in the season and the season has begun. So yes, I suppose. Yeah. As in, we're not in last season. Bohani Conte. Some quite good players in this little batch, you know. Oh, tell you what. Jesus, my assistant is cooking in the DMs. He's also finding good players for us. The post-preseason. Yes, the pre-preseason? Oh, just called preseason, isn't it, really? Jesus Christ. Bruce finally found his Rolodex. Oh, Glessing. I was hoping he'd be better. Pace, though. Pace. Yeah, he just holidays down. Oh, wow. Nicholas van Ashveg. He's good. Hauser as well. Not the fastest, but if he's got good techs, then it could be all right. And Gay as well. Badara Gay. With the jump. How can you be 6 foot and have that? Then again, can you play right back? Maybe. He's a right back. Okay, that's a nice little batch of players. We'll just have to start pressing some... We'll just start going a little bit. Try and find... What we might do, actually, is take a few more loans. That way we can send them back. And then let these trialees kind of percolate a little bit. Get a bit of knowledge of them first. Right, so you're all breakthrough prospects. I don't know who you are. Code of conduct, we'll ask my assistant to do bits with that. Meet the players. Why would I want to do that? Nothing else to talk about, but you get your free little morale bump out of it. Wow, managerial support is appalling. They won't be saying that when we sneak in there and start doing bits. Oh, actually, speaking of... Oh, no, I already did that. Look at me go. Smart man. Hi, bye. Yeah, indeed. At least they give you the hi, bye option these days. New signings to be unveiled. Hopefully I've not said something heinous there. I might just ask for some more loan options. Get them done early. And be really specific with it. Since he's apparently willing to let me do that. We already did loans for Shadow Strikers, didn't we? So there's no point in doing that again. Right back is actually stacked. The only position we're stacked in. If man can find us on loan inverted wing back, as if he's found one. Love that for you. We might just get a couple of normal left backs too while we're at it, just in case. What about a ball midfielder? I know we're going to use Henry, but you know, should we find a guy? We've got Ryan Hardy. There's a PSG dude in there. Damn. Let's go for right side as well. We want back up to Haidini. Tremendous. Okay. Varying ages from all over the shop. Tom Lepenon, who is wearing a Calm badge. Some big wages here. Is there anyone firstly that we can take for free? So, Debrecen dude and Zaleznichar dude. Maybe Vessel Klaassen. Great name. So, first things first, I'm just going to go after the guys that we should be able to get without having to pay. Daniel Butch. Oh, he's a regen too. Wanted by Jeunesse Desch. Wow. Would strengthen the first team for Jeunesse Desch. I'm not convinced he's going to be that good. But we thought that about the Icelandic dude, and look how that turned out, right? I'll just turn that to blank for the time being. See if they'll let me get away with that. I'll do it anyway because we can get a refund on him anyway. But I'm not convinced that he's going to be that great. What about Zaleznichar chap? Great potential pace. Wanted by Bosnia and Serbia. That's second tier Serbia as well. Oh, they want me to pay as well. Lads, I'm not doing that. I think it's because he's 24. No real player pictures. Well, depends on which real player it is. Like, no, I don't have a random guy from the lower leagues of Bosnia in my face pack, as it happens. Like, I have a face pack, but there's a limit to it. Not every player is going to be in it. I do need to update it at some point, but even if I did, I guarantee he wouldn't be in it. Let's have a look at Vessel Klassen. Because apparently that's all we're going to be doing. Is that the top tier of Serbia now? Huh. Well, they want us to pay as well. I just know nothing about him. I'm not convinced by Vessel Klassen either. I think let's just go down the list now. See if there's any deals that could be done on people like Tom Lepanon because of his PSG-ness. Oh, damn! I'll get rid of that because I don't want him playing in the midfield centre with that. If they'll agree to this... Yes, we're in Belgium now, yeah. Lads, could I interest you in that? At 21, Paris Saint-Germain, I actually think that's not horrendous. And we can recall it. We can send it back if we need to anyway. You're at Alzire, £1,200 a week for Alvin Krasua. We know nothing about him other than he's 6'2". The crucial thing to remember is we can send these guys back if we want to. They want us to pay a lot more money for him. This is where we get ourselves we definitely will be able to refund these loans, won't we? Jesus Christ. Okay, they're being a pain in the arse, which means Bochum might well do the same. Jean-Philippe Njike Nana, superb name. Great first touch. He's on a lot of money, though, and I worry that they'll want... Oh. With this guy, I'm not even going to risk dicking about with it. If they want him back, they want him back, right? But if they're letting us have a guy who's on £1,400 a week for 275, I think we just bite their hand off and move on. And not risk upsetting them more. Oh... Or we send it and get absolutely lucky with that. Or it means he's crap. There is always the option that he could be crap too. But god damn it, happy with that. Right, Lenny Taylor. I'm interested in him a lot. 6'1", pacey. Tackle is good. Even if they want his full wage, I reckon we send it on him. Sochaux, remember, have an insane academy. Now, obviously, he's a real player, so that's irrelevant. But, well, not irrelevant, but like, yeah, they do want full... Please let me have this. It's essentially £500 a week. But I think he could be a really, really good option for us. What's this guy? This is another left back. Davide Cassina. Wanted by Siri Chi and Sheriff. He may just be right-footed. That could literally be it, right? We've got Bastia. He is probably very, very fast. But they do want £300 a week to find out. Which I'm... Oh, fuck. Which I'm going to do anyway. Because again, we can send them back. In before we can't send them back. I will be so annoyed if we can't send these guys back in a month. Tackling's good. Actually, his work rate is especially good. It's just the wage. Unless they want like a £200 a week wage. I don't want to risk... Even though they do want him to play that position. Actually, they do want him to play that position. What about Ryan Hardy of Zebra Elites? And he's homegrown Belgium. We are at Seraing in the third tier of Belgian football, although they are actually a former top flight side. Maybe because he's domestic. Oh, no. Maybe because he's domestic, they might want us less money? £700 a week. Fuck it. Last one of these for the time being. Because they literally wanted to play in the role that we could have used him in anyway. Fuck it. Right. Let's let some of these loans happen. We should be able to send all these guys back at the end of the month, if they're crap. Terminate, right? No, you'd think so, Dom, but then Soddle saw there'll be some rule in Belgium where you can't terminate loans or some nonsense. Trial first, no, because they have contracts. People always say this, and it's like, that's just not a thing, and it never has been. Being able to take a player who has a contract on trial is like a 1 in 100 shot. It doesn't work, basically. Even when the club they're at doesn't have an official contract for them and they're only on an amateur deal, they still won't let you. And it's like, you don't get to make that choice. Transfer window lasts until... Good question. Good question. It lasts until the 6th of September, so loads of time. And they need to be here for 28 days before we can send them back. Ah, there we go. Wow, he actually went. A lot more likely. Transfer listed, maybe. Listed for loan, I've never seen that work once. But each their own. It's just not something I'm going to waste time doing because I know that 99 times out of 100 it will not work. And thus, just doing that constantly is just going to take time that we know we could be better spending elsewhere, basically. Just triaging time, right? I'm not saying don't do it yourself. I'm just saying it won't work most of the time. And therefore, is it really worth it? So no Jeff Henderson, sadly. I don't know who Jeff Henderson is. But incredibly, Northampton have managed to sign a dude who is full Armenian. I guess it's because he started at Sunderland, maybe. That's the only thing I can think of, because he started at Sunderland. They were somehow able to get around that. Yeah, bear in mind, in England, in the last month of players' contracts, you can do it. That's the only time I would advise doing it. And I do that too when I'm managing in England. But for some reason, it seems to be that you can never do it outside of that for whatever reason. Yeah, as you say, it's literally the guys that you get in that article are the ones you can take. And I would advise you to. Right. Let us see what some of these guys are going to be like. Remember, we've got loads of trialees as well. A couple of them are actually expiring soon. I just want to make sure that we get all the Patreon guys clubs. Because there's still a few outstanding options. Now, they won't retire immediately. It won't probably retire through till March. But as long as they've got wanted and interest in the player, then it's all good for me right now. Because both of the two that don't currently have even a trial here are fine on that kind of thing. I think, anyway. Gus Show Business. Cool. Even one of the guys that is on trial here is actually finding contracts, which is very surprising. Good to know, though. So, yeah, Cap's still under a bid. In fact, Cap's under a bid, which means I should probably force that through for him. Then it's just a question of Nick Lemon. Oh, FM! Who's got 2 offers on him now. And JCM currently. The rest should be okay. Yeah, England gets extra stuff, basically. Hend? Do you know what, Don? I just immediately assumed it was a song request, and it actually incredibly wasn't. Wait, what? Oh, I thought it was actually a guy. I guess Jefferson being a fairly common name, but... I mean... It would be stupid not to at this point, wouldn't it? Since he's literally available. Why not? Probably because he's crap. So there we go. Cap has accepted a deal, which is good. Jefferson Maciel is actually coming on trial. No idea what this guy is. I actually don't know. Oh my god, as if he's actually good. Now, he may not realistically sign for him, but as if this guy's actually good. Now, he would cost a lot of money to sign, though. We'd have to spend £1,600 a week on him because he's Brazilian, so non-EU and full-time. And there's no way he's accepting a part-time deal here. But curious. Work permit. There's no work permits, but he would cost a lot of money. There's just no way that he's going to be better than a guy we can pick up for £400 a week. Oh dear, what a guy. That's actually kind of annoying. Full-time deals. Oh, James with the shout. You're right. It's not, if he's not on a full-time deal, if he's only part-time, we won't have to pay that money. Maybe. It could be an interesting test case for us, if nothing else. Watch him not technically have to be on that, but he'll want like $2,000 a week. Tesco's, and they have a limited edition Beppis cream soda. Ooh. Is that like essentially the equivalent of like vanilla Coke? I'm intrigued by that. More offers on Showbiz. I don't think it's going to matter. Do you know what? Let's try it. Let's try that idea. Worst case scenario, he's going to join one of them anyway, right? On a non-contract, you think a guy with 4-star CA is going to join us on a non-contract deal? It ain't happening. Right, let's see if these guys are any good. Just want some of them to be all right. Right, so now if I offer him another trial, will it force it through? Or he might just say no because I've terminated his trial. Evan Abram. He's fairly quick, but he's nothing special. Lenny Taylor. Who isn't even right-footed. Why is he an inverted wing-back then? What about? Is it because he's got really good passing? I mean, I actually don't mind Lenny Taylor. I think he's okay. But I'm just struggling to work out why it decided that he specifically was an inverted fullback. Oddly. Do you know how to create a Champions League style format in the FM editor? Because I need to do it. I don't personally know how to do that, no. I imagine it's incredibly complex. Yeah, he's one of those centre-backs at left-back type of dudes, but he's not that tall. Sorry, he is tall, but he's not got great jumping reach. And he does actually have okay fullback attributes. I don't hate him, but I don't know if I'd pay £500 a week for him when I feel like we could get players permanently that would be better. And obviously we would own their deals, which is always better. Gus Show Business has accepted a contract with Sporting KC. Good to see. This was the guy from the French lower league team that looked like he was a really spiffy winger. I'll have you know I've edited things in the past. Just really jankily, as Hadrian will attest to. Oh, damn, okay. Tristan. That's fun. That makes me happy. Tristan Mancinello, good crossing, pacey, can pass all right. He's diminutive, knocks ball past opponent, which is great. I think Mancinello could absolutely clean up in this league. He's fun. He's definitely not getting sent back. We like that. Really nice. That's one of our few successful loans so far. But yeah, they're only at C+ on him. And we've got to make sure we have some space for Sven Smeets. He's a short king, but he's not quite Paddy Galvin short. Oh shit, we're on friendly duty, aren't we? I'll just see whatever my system reckons. I know it's going to be loads of trialies, and which is why I want to sort of get through that as fast as possible. There isn't a way that I can say pick squad but exclude trialies, is there? I should have put Smates on, yeah. I'll give Smates the game against Battis. That's Rael Battis to you. Presser fight, nice. I'll have to. Beppis Mango is goated. I've now finally, as of 2 days ago, put the last of the Beppis in the fridge from those giant packs of it I bought before we moved in. So I'm down to the last little selection of Beppi, which means we're gonna have to do a Beppy run. Filter out. No, because if you ask your assistant to pick, he'll still pick them. He doesn't. As far as I know, he doesn't. The filters are only for visual stuff. In the youth team. True. That's a good point, actually. But oh well. That's what I normally do as well. What is this badge? It's really bad. There's a team called St. Elois Winkle Sports, and I wanna manage them. So Nakobe Mbimi has signed a new contract too, which is, I guess, okay. We've just got £1,000 because a guy has just gone to Mezhkovej. Yeah, we only use Rainier filter for that kind of stuff. Special little boy. Pick from the. I think he can actually in pre-season. He just kind of goes from anybody. FC Eindhoven to land Yamayogo. Well, I'd rather you didn't if it's all right with you lads. Unless you bid me up loads of money, but even then, I don't think I'd really want that. We're going to fix everything. Well, I don't know because FM25 hasn't come out yet. So when you say fix everything, what are we fixing per se? I think I probably should do these, shouldn't I? Because we still haven't heard anything about FM25, and it's getting a bit late into January now, right? It's a silly place. Nice. These two I'm really excited about. Potentially. Utterly broken. Oh, well, it can't really afford to be, can it? If they've delayed the game, what was it, 5 months? It can't really afford to be broken at this point. You can't delay it 5 months and then release a broken product. That was the whole point of the delay, right? I simply believe it. I believe when it comes out, it will certainly not be broken. But Yeah, when it comes out, on the other hand, is a very different matter. Media prediction. Oh my god. I don't think he's that bad, but I think I'd still probably rather play Henry over him because he's our player. Please tell me at least this guy's good. Okay, that's a bit better. But we'll definitely have to have a look through once we get into August and send a load of these guys back because they are just eating up the wage budget, which we are going to need to make sure we can actually use. No, switching game engine is going to be really tough. I mean, clearly it's been really tough, right? Preview-wise, we were sort of expected to be mid-table. Oh, no, sorry, lower mid-table. Oh, there you go. Wow, we've actually gone up. So who's new? So we've got Locker and Tempser. Then we've got these guys here. Union Royale de Louvière Centre. Sorry, Centre. Managed by Thomas Vermaelen. That's amazing. Okay, so Thomas Vermaelen's managing in this league. And lastly, we've actually got St. Eloise Winkle Sport as well. And then coming down from the second tier, we've got the two B teams anyway, so they're going to be unhinged. In fact, the top top 5 teams in this league are all B teams. But that's sort of, they're expecting mid-table from us. So I think we can do some bits. Scouting for... Oh, these are all the... Why am I getting individual... Right, I've got to switch that. I just can't remember where it is. There. Yeah, there we go. I just wanted to check on that because I don't want to be getting individual reports for each player. William Ngoy, striker but winger. Wanted by teams in the... Oh, hello, William Ngoy. These are all second tier sides. Do we take a punt on William Ngoy? Just on a non-contract? Yeah, it's because basically we, at the start of the save, we hadn't done any proper scouting because I wasn't able to, so I'd never got around to actually setting up the scouting settings. Okay, you don't look quite as good as Jordan Lacroix.
So I tell
but it's worth just going on non-contract punts anyone who looks vaguely decent. Your booty! Thank you for the follow. We take a punt on Willie, yeah, but not quite a Sven's mates punt. Oh, I was hoping this guy might be quite good. Mostly because he was Brazilian. Good at both feet. I was taking a non-contract, right? Just because of his name. Valentin Joe is a striker. And he's 18. And he's only played 2 games. I don't think he's it. Oh, hello. Alan, on the other hand, though. Alan Bahambula. Alan might be the man. Still only 18, admittedly, but it looks like he has a bit more about him. So we'll non-contract him as well. Now, they might turn us down. Any new fun players? So mostly they've all got clubs. A couple of guys here, including this guy, Enoch Agay. Ooh, Enoch. Crawley Town want a bit of Enoch. What are we saying? Left-sided. Definitely worth a trial. Paulus position map. Which one was Paulus? We've got Nordin Yackers, but he's another goalkeeper, and I think I prefer that other young goalkeeper. We've got Ricart here. 31, but worth a look. I realised I only tried that guy for a week as well. I clicked the wrong button. The rest of these guys... You're already here. Cheers, lads. Casper Paulus. Oh my god! Sorry, you're absolutely spot on. What on earth is this human? I don't understand, chat. Why has he got so many red positions? Do they just refuse to play him as a striker? I mean, yeah, he is literally a striker, but apparently to them, he's everyone except a striker. Yeah, as in... That's so strange. It's annoying that the one position he actually can play is the one position we don't use. Typical, really, isn't it? Yeah, also, what's he got against, like... He's right-footed. And his pace and dribbling ability. Why are you not able to play right wing? Ibrahim Erturk. It's another striker. God damn it, man. That's so strange. We've got Songo, who's another... Why am I being shown strikers? Is it because they think that we're light on strikers? So it's just like, hey, how about some strikers, lad? And I'm like, no, go away and take your strikers with you. That's true, yeah. I mean, to be fair, what I would say is that with Shadow Strikers, it's really easy to train them over. It is a squad gap, isn't it? Right. That's frustrating. Have we still got any more? Because basically, I don't want to get in a situation where we use too much of our... Hang on, is there any more ins? There's still 2 more. Those are non-contracts, which... I'm going to cancel this one because they want us to pay a lot of money. This is what I'm actually more interested in because I want to make sure we've still got enough money left in the wage budget to start signing up some permanent players until I can send the other guys back. Lewis have made an approach for JCM, which is superb, which means that I can now offer him a trial and force through the deal for him. Lovely news. Okay, for the same... Yeah, it's just like Vesta that we're just trying to get rid. Right, so we'll get Agay in and we'll get Rijkaard. Or Rickard. Basically, I don't want to use too much of that budget on wages, even if we're going to send a lot of them back, because it drops our budget down too much, and then we won't be able to give proper contracts to permanent players that we want in the meantime until we get to the end of the month. Okay, that'll take a little while. Same with this guy. Ooh, I'm not sure Jeffrey's really the man, but there you go. There's millions, says Jeffrey. Anyway, JCM has gone to Lewis. Offers bid for Seraing's Ramakas. Is this just another of our like random backup goalkeepers that I don't care about? No, Loris Prison, who is yet another of our random backup goalkeepers I don't care about. Loris, looks like you're being set free, bud. I think I will do the thing where I put these guys in the youth team. I shall put them in the B team. We'll still get knowledge of them, but it won't affect our well, it shouldn't, in theory, affect our ability to pick players for friendlies, because we don't want loads of, like, trialees playing in the friendlies. Although it does, in theory, improve the knowledge of the player, I believe, but I want to actually see what our squad looks like. I do like how a lot of our best players are actually, like, really young. Prison tries to escape, but it seems like he is, yes. Plus, we want to get some match sharpness into some of these guys, since the season doesn't start immediately soon. Made some comments. I've had a chat with who's made some comments about who had some comments to make about Sven Smates' progression. Change position to left midfielder. Yeah, cheers, mate. Thanks for that update. Andre. Wow. Very good performances in training. Yeah, that's why he's struggling. If he's a ball midfielder, wait, what are you? You can't pass, and he can tackle. So really, we'll get rid of that. Whack you on defensive positioning. Start boosting that marking up a little bit. We'll bring these guys in too. It's free real estate. He's nearly as good as that guy from Vesterloo. He's growing. Yeah, we just kind of need to plow down now. Get those guys in on the freeze. And start progressing and seeing what comes through scout reports and what happens in those trials. Until I can start sending back some of these loanees. Was it 28 days I had to wait before I could send them back? Because I feel like a lot of these guys are going to get sent back. David Donker on a free transfer. This again feels like we sign up permanently, right? Since they do seem pretty content to stay once we... Wait, I could offer you a... James, you were right. I don't even have to abide by the... Also, why does he want an appearance fee of... He wants an appearance fee of £1,800 per game. That's insane. That is absolutely batshit. I'll obviously have to offer him more than that. I'll offer him like £70 a week. Tremendous. So bueno. Yeah, it really does seem like it's a case of as long as you give them a contract, we're good. But the fact that he wanted £1,800 for an appearance fee is absolutely mad. Anything could happen. I guess it depends on what you would define as cool, Thomas. We signed Rig and Booty. That's probably the least interesting thing we've done, actually. We took a punt on a random Belgian amateur, and he's turned out really average. The Brazilian guy, yeah. Well, I want to see what he's like first. Like, his attributes look pretty solid, but I want to see more about it. Oh, here we go. Melipnos. I'll terminate the trial as well. And then get that one sorted. We got to Cock too. How many matches played? None, because we're in the transfer window. We are... I have to wait till the next day, don't I? The matches don't start until the season does. Minimum full-time. I think you're right, Vera. It was almost like the game was trying to make up the difference in some way. Little did it realise that I have more than 3 IQ points. Sometimes. So no, if you turn professional, you don't automatically have all of your contracts become professional contracts. You have to then, when the contract is coming up for renewal, you are then able to, when you offer a new contract, it then has to be a pro deal. As far as I'm aware. What are you doing, Matt? Oh no, am I about to fuck this? I think I may have fucked it. Might make it. I don't know. I am not a clairvoyant and therefore cannot possibly tell you how far we will progress today. Usually people quite like the transfer streams. Like, we're building a brand new squad from scratch. You know, don't rush the future to come, because then you won't enjoy the present. Best for the B team? I don't know. I don't think so. In the same way that, you know, when you have that contract promise where if you play X amount of games... Oh, it did work. It only counts if it's for the first team, not for loans and stuff. Treacherous Mates. No, I actually don't remember even picking the team for that game, weirdly. Oh, hang on. I don't think it's because we haven't actually picked... It's because the game's about to happen now. Right. Now when I do selection advice, it shouldn't put all of the loan trialies. But there we go. Right. Where's Smates? So we're playing Sven here, aren't we? So we'll play Sven Smates there. See what old buddy does. Oh, wrong button. Come on, Svenster. You got this. I believe in you. Yeah, who's this Massanella guy? Right, try to try. That is why we signed him, yes. He's one of them, but he's probably going to get recalled because he's too overpriced. We'll pay, like, he's not good enough to be the price that he's costing us, essentially. 99 members in your first team squad. Yeah, why not, right? How do we do? Don't leave me hanging like 7-0. Smates got an assist. Hang on. Smates only got 1 assist but put down a 9.5 rating. How does that work? How did he get a 9.5 when he... Have we just found like the cheat code or something? What the hell? When was he substituted? 61st minute? He played 60 minutes and got us... What's his set pieces like, by the way? Is he good at set pieces? What is this? Let's just look at the game properly. 5 key passes. Which is actually not the most. Yamayogo got the most. Corners is 5. Free kicks is 4. So he's not taking set pieces, most likely. Okay. Sure. We just start him in the next game and see if it happens again, right? It could be that he's dribbled past people. Let's have... How has he got a 9.5? Bearing in mind, right? Yamayogo got 8 key passes. No assist, admittedly. And he only got an 8. So even if he'd got an assist, he'd have got like an 8.5. And yet bro is playing half the game. Also, Massanello. Shout out to Massanello, who actually came on and got 3 assists as well. Had no XG either. He was all about the creativity. The speed... Apparently so. Right, okay. Interesting. I feel a bit bad for Massanello, who's actually really good. But, like, if my boy Sven is going to be that good... It's one game, Matt. Stop getting overhyped. He's really bad. He's not. His attributes are actually quite good. It's just, it looks like he has no ceiling. But I guess you don't really need a ceiling when we're only going to be here for a few seasons. Although I do feel like this isn't like a 1-season jobby. This is one where, you know, we're going to be able to build something pretty cool here for a little while. Oh, wow. Yeah, Abrasat's gone to gig. That's unfortunate. Particularly as he's now worth money. We will get some kind of money there. Also, a 7-0 victory is pretty impressive, actually, in a game like that. Sousa's in. Okay, Prison's opted to stay. Oh, God. Bahambula's in with 199p. I think even by Belgian amateur standards, that would be ridiculous. I didn't go back and have a look, but I'm pretty certain we'd be back on the old Belgian amateurs. I imagine most of the players we were signing, because it was so early in the save, probably just north of like 100 maybe at a push. Right. Bahambula, they're all right. But they're on non-contract anyway, so it doesn't matter. Right, Lebanon. Good players. Yeah, it's just a question of, like, to be fair, there is always the chance that we're being lied to about his PA. We've seen that happen plenty of times where we sign a player and they've got like 3-star PA and then it grows to like 4 and actually could be quite decent. Best one's usually about 130. If he's no way 130 though. I think if he was 130, he'd have showed up at 5-star PA probably. To Smates at this rate? Give you Smates rates. I do like, right, that we've signed all these like loanees and none of them are even close to being good enough. None of them are better than the players we literally have. They're providing... I think what we do is we triage it and just go for the cheap ones. Keep the cheap ones as depth and then bin the rest off. Get the money back. Yeah, I see why he was cheap now. He's really average. He might have potential, but it doesn't matter because he's 22, right? Victor Joseph I quite like. His attributes are actually quite nice. It feels like loanees just in general over the last couple of clubs have been very mid. Usually that's an area that you can go big on. Oh, actually, I say that. The loanees that our DOF has recommended us have been shit for the last couple of clubs. That doesn't mean loans are bad. It just means those specific types of loans are a bit shit. So that might be something to pay attention to and maybe try and look at loans on a different option. Yeah. But he was on a non-contract anyway, so there's no harm in us keeping him. I reckon we look at loanees this way instead. Obviously, we'll clear this first. Maybe the DOFs are bad. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe the DOFs just leading us down the garden path here. See what we got here. See if we can find any really interesting ones. Like, for example, guys like these guys. Listed for loan. Now, they may want money. And he's... Do you know what? Someone like Julian Baiocchi of Club Brugge. See, first the loanees. Well, this is one of them, right? Club Brugge, albeit technically NXT. But my suspicion is that they'd want too much money. Particularly as he's asking to leave. Wants agreed playing time. Yeah. The maximum I'm allowed to offer is £900 a week and they want his full wage covered. I mean, it's worth asking about it, but yeah, no, not happening. He'd be nice, but we can't afford him. What about Enia Pity? Oh, £500 a week, though. Be a pity if we didn't get him. Oh, my God. It's still loads of Serie Chi teams, right? But he's actually quite decent. And we could afford to pay his wage, more importantly. And remarkably, they wouldn't want us to anyway. And no specified role. That's nice. 16-year-old from Ghent. This guy here, that's the guy that we literally just sold to them. And he's not that good because we've already seen his attributes. Well, at the end of the day, if they are available for loan, then they are available for loan. What I should do is not use this screen, actually, is what I should do. I should try this one. Sort by value. See if there's any crazy high value guys other than Millie. And people we already know about, Semi. Obviously, it's all domestic. Bring Millie back on loan. Yeah, we didn't even really look at Millie's attributes yet, did we? I just don't think he's actually that good. So something from Milan. I can't take a player that's on loan at another club already. There's this guy here. Centre-back, 5'11". He's on huge money, for our level anyway. Some Zulta Vargam guys, but they're all like... Demba Diop. Why do I recognise that name? No way! This isn't Demba Diop that we signed on Treaty United Demba Diop, is it? Or is it... No, MTK Budapest Demba Diop. Yeah. It's them... Oh, hang on a minute. We know he's good. Damn it. They want the full wage. Yeah, there is a takeover loan option, and I have never once in my life seen it actually actionable. Loan a player, sell it. Imagine that. Oh, that would have been so good. What about this guy here? What about Chateau Roux? Guindo. Striker. Left-sided player, but we've got options there. We've got Smate, so we don't need anybody else. We've got Wout Mace here at Eupen, but that's not really what I want. Hugo Vargas Rios. Pittier is the one that's really standing out to me. Obviously, Baiocchi as well, but we can't get him. We know he's good. I mean, he might not be now, to be fair. That was a different FM, in fairness. What I want is high value, low wage type of dude, like this guy at Eupen. I mean, he's not that low on the wages, but homegrown, high value, low wage. Eupen are in the second tier. They want me to fuck off. You absolute... Oh yeah, I'll just pay you 100 grand for him, shall I? Yeah, if we could just clone Smate. Remember, there will be more Smates coming through potentially, because we do have all those other ones. That was just the first batch of them. There's Misic here at Zlezničar, who I'm pretty certain we've looked at already. He's won by Runovic. Are they in like massive financial difficulties down at Eupen? Kylian I would say Gaznier, but it isn't Gaznier. It's probably Ganier. These guys are crap. Plenty more time. Levant Cena, who were loaning from Milan, that was pretty good. Yeah, but that doesn't really narrow it down to me, unfortunately. That could be anybody. Unless you can remember his name. I'm certainly not going to remember his name. Smates, hopefully. Wait, whose hair? Did I miss some hair? Who was it? The last guy. Yeah, but who was he? What was his name? Or at least... Oh, was it this? No. Misic. Was it Misic? Oh, Gaznia, yes. Oh, good God. Kind of looks like a yin-yang symbol. You know what I mean? So they've accepted... Pity would be a fun one. Teo Trout. Wow, okay. That's unfortunate. What a random time to do that. All right, trial it is. Since you're not wanted by anybody. We'll bring you in. His hair is in an eclipse. It is, though. Superb. It's definitely a 2-bottle job, isn't it? With hair like that. So trial's going to come in on trial. Lepanon is in for the time being, anyway. How much money does that give us now? Yeah, we're down. We really can't afford to take any more loans on other than this guy, really, for the time being, until we can start sending some of the loans back. Because I'm probably going to send back more than half of these loans, because it just seems like most of them aren't good enough. And I reckon we can fill the squad out quite nicely with permanent transfers. Right, so Muller, I totally forgot about that. Oh, he's not great, is he? Muller is going to be going to Kortrijk, but he's going to be paid by them on loan at us, so that's going to save us some wages for the rest of the season, and we get a 50% of next sale fee clause on him, which is tremendous, because he'll probably be worth a nice little bit of a change at Kortrijk. Okay, he's not worth much, but that will probably change, I think, once time happens, because he looks to be a pretty solid player. So hopefully that's more clauses. A little bit of extra money on the budget. Plus, we've still got so many trials that we can look after in a bit. There we go. A little bit more back on there. We don't need to worry about that right now. Pity is the next one. Plus, we should start to get some more of the Belgian amateurs through soon, particularly as we've now got 2 scouts, so they should be working through that fairly fast now. And it's almost time for another Sven Svates masterclass. You're right, exactly. Maybe he can only do 60 minutes, but then we bring on Massanello, and Massanello finishes the job, you know? He gets the sloppy seconds, but he ends up getting like 3 assists every time he comes on the pitch. The ultimate in super subs. If he does it again and plays well, then I might have to consider that there's just something about him in the match engine. Which I do like doing. We'll get value drops in this save too. We could do, depending on what league we're in when they happen. But I think one of the things that will help us prevent that is the fact that we're moving around all the time and there's multiple leagues turned on. So we may get a little bit more sensible balance, but I don't know. There's every chance. Stamford make lemon offer. Here we go. I've done it again. You fucking idiot. It didn't matter last time, so nice. Right, 2 trials are finished, but that's okay. Oh, hello. McCoyan's got a big bid from FC Van now. That's superb. Right, we'll get you a deal done. Lovely, lovely, lovely. What about Rasmussen Fox? Nothing yet on you. We'll have to bring you back again for another 4 weeks. We will find you a deal. So David Donker's got a new deal. Good old Double D. He could be a really solid player for the future. Just was a bit perturbed by his insane demands. Right, let's get Nick Lemon sorted. You're getting their van specific. Like, so Nick Lemon has gone to Stamford and he's getting money. Oh, that's why the Gibraltarian club are interested in him. So Rasmussen Fox is in. No. What are you doing? Why are you coming on trial here? No. Oh, for God's sake. We're not in France. We're in Belgium. And the Italian dream died when we were relegated. That's annoying. It does happen occasionally that they'll randomly choose to sign for you instead. Man literally got in the wrong van. Okay, so everyone else now has a club. Albeit, one of those clubs is Seraing. In fact, a couple of them. But we're nearly there on that. We're doing okay. So he's back in again. Hopefully, McCoyan actually chooses to sign for them. Come on through the playoffs. It is weird when they randomly choose to do it. Raheem Sterling's gone to Al Hilal for £121 million and is now earning 1.3 million a week. Wait, isn't this the one guy from our under-19 squad that we thought looked alright? Okay, so it looks like we'll get Boyer. It's annoying having to pay a guy in our under-19 squad £200 a week, but we move. Why couldn't you be non-EU, sir? Ooh. At least because he's young, I should be able to give him a 3x3. Alright, 3x2, that's alright. His Belgianness will come in helpful here. Yeah, no appearance fee for you, just in case. Don't want to risk it. There we go. That should be enough. Junior affiliate. I don't know, actually. Let's have a look. Yes, we are. Wait. Good point, Tom. Excuse me. Oh, my God. That means I can take Mets players. I can't team report them, can I? Because we can't report France. They're not in our nation, and I can't report them. And we don't have enough scouting budget for me to do that, I don't think. Because in order to get that, I'd have to pay 10k. Does it? No, it doesn't let you. It's annoying that there isn't like a button that you can push that just says, give me loan players. Then what we could do is look for any player who's listed for loan, which is apparently their entire second team squad. I can't even see the transfer values. We might still be able to get a bit of luck here because they've got a lot of players listed and see who they're wanted by. Mondecange, Orléans, Luxembourg are crushing it here, apparently. God, what metric could we use to narrow down whether they're any good or not? See if there's any first team guys actually while I'm at it. Just in case. Loan farm view. There's an 18-year-old here, Stephen Okello. There's also this guy, José Fernando. He's a striker, of course he is. Abby? Prefer to play with high-quality players. Okay. Okello? He's younger, right? There's no way that they'll do that with him. Really? I guess he's in their first team squad. A friendly against Mets 2. Ooh, we could, you know. What the hell is that button? Isn't it usually there? I swear the proposed friendly... Oh, it's there. It's there. Just dump it in there. Good shout. Yeah, he's Ugandan, yeah. He might actually be really good. Let's do that. They've accepted it. Yeah, who was that? Steve, that's an unbelievable shout. Got to pay for mods? No. Anyone who's trying to sell you mods, Josh, they're a scammer. So no, you don't have to pay for mods in FM. In fact, SI will sue you if you are trying to sell mods. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying if someone is trying to sell mods, SI will take legal action against them, obviously. So no, you don't have to pay for any of the mods. Oh, that trial's coming to an end early. We'll have to wait till there, but that's okay. Well, stream mods. I pay them in football shirts. Right, team selection. It's time for Smates again. Smates and his mates. We'll do another selection advice, though. Squash all the squad. Squash all the squad around. Do a little bit of squashing, yep. We're going to go over downloads. What specifically are you looking for, Josh? What, like, mod, presumably? Sorry. I want to be able to point you in the right direction, but I need to know exactly what you're looking for, and then I can definitely do so. Right, so Smates is starting again. A couple of cheeky little... couple of you sneaking through there. I see you. I see you. Okay. Graphics mods. Okay, but anything specific? Okay, so badges, I use TCM. If you do exclamation mark badges, maybe in chat you should get it. Kits, I use the SS ones from Sort It Out SI, but I actually don't really use them at all, other than the ones Password makes me. Faces, I use DF11, which I believe is now, you can get the... I think they do some stuff with TCM as well, actually. Badges. Get those badges, chat. Right, so Smates will start again. Watch that just be like a one-off good game. Brazilian contract, yeah. No need. We don't know if he's any good or not, so I can't offer him a contract until I actually know if I want to sign him. We're still trying to wait for the trials to... I'm basically trying to get to the point where I can send a load of the loans back, basically. Whilst also trying to get a team report on Mets' second team without actually getting a team report on them because I'm not allowed. But chat have come up with an ingenious plan that might just save us. Spike, thank you for the follow. This should be a straightforward dub as well, I hope.
In winter, it can
2-1.
get very depressing.
Smates puts in a 6 point. We just lost. He truly is an enigma. It actually means 1.6 because he got a 16, but they're just scared. Now, in fairness, we did lose that game, which is a little bit worrying. The Mets thing. We have Mets as a senior affiliate, it turns out. But we want to get a team report on them so we can try and find some loans from them, but we are not allowed to because they're in France, not Belgium. So we've scheduled a friendly against them to see if it gives us a report on them prior to the friendly that we can then use. Just to get an idea of some of the CAs of the players, maybe. I don't know if it works like that. You'd think it would, but who knows? So we shall see. It might just be that maybe he was just tired, chat. Maybe he just needed a rest. We'll rest him out for the Villa game and for the Mets game. Here we go. Why am I still being sent these when I specifically told you that I don't want them? Request. Did I or did I not go in here and change this? I'm certain I went onto this screen and changed that. Has it just gone? No. Right. He's not any good. Although I'll look at his profile just in case. Frankly, Telelu. Probably not worth it. Hang on. How many games have you played? 2. Yeah, no. Is it going in reverse order? Oh! Now we're cooking. Eve Hellabout. This is more like it. I should put it on inbox, but it was already on inbox. So how could I have put it on inbox if it was already on inbox? I definitely changed it. So what did I change it to then if I didn't change it to the thing that was already... Yeah. Anyway. Future prospect. We'll have you on a free. Tar lad. Sar, maybe not. Striker. Why are they all strikers? Oh. Johan. Oh, chat. The villain of the piece. Not super convinced, but he's only 17 and he has played 3 games. And he comes from the same team as Thighs the Cock. So there's always that. I mean, Louis. Yeah, he does look slow as shit, but that's okay. It's okay to be slow as shit. I'm slow as shit. Oh, they're both 32, innit? Like, they're not standing out as like, dang. Actually, he kind of is, but now we've got others. We'll find more. Bring me players that aren't 32. Smithy, thank you for the 42 months. The Church of Smates only expect... Yeah, we are pure pace. We're just holding R2. That's all we're doing. That's the plan. Lingard may have retired now, you know. No, we're still playing for FC Seoul. 34. Still... Cooking's perhaps a strong word, given that he's got 15 goals in 130 league appearances. So there's another year left on it. In fact, a year and a half left on his deal. He's having a nice time. Saint Smates. Is he going to be the Josh Allen of the save? Fixed dynamic transfer values. Well, when you say fix, what's the fix? Because that isn't like a thing that is broken. What was broken was the player values rising in line with you improving the league and then randomly dropping for no reason. A player being worth £10 million in a crap league is completely realistic, right? When was the last time you saw a player move for £50 million from the Polish league? It doesn't happen because they don't have the leverage and quality to make that happen, because no team is going to spend that kind of money from a player in the Polish league, no matter how good they're playing, because it's like, Poland in this example, if you're in the Ekstraklasa, that's not, say, La Liga, so they don't know what they're actually buying at that point. That makes complete sense. It's just what annoyed me was when your league officially has become one of those big leagues where they still don't recognise the fact that the players should probably be worth a little bit more at this point, right? Dele Alli still retired? Well, you can't unretire, so if he's retired, he's retired. And that's the thing, you can actually change a lot of that stuff in the in-game editor, and then the game ignores it, which makes it even more annoying. Hello, Clay. Pedro Region, I didn't need to. Your guy, as far as I know, is still got a contract and is doing nice things. Yeah, I didn't need to sign you. You've got 2 years left on your deal. You're cooking. Can't sell him with wing for 50 million. How dare you? It's fine. By then I'll be in Italy. Actually, like, decent. So is your league. Define decent, I guess. Like, who's this? The fact that RFC Liège are in for him. He's low self-belief. Sorry, chat. My apologies. I don't know why that's happened a couple of times today. It's a strange one. I have to mess with my wires. I think we'll let that one go. Sorry, chat. Like, I can't control things that are outside of my control. But feel free to complain about that anyway. Like, I'm sorry if it hurt your ears. I can't control it. Like, I don't know it's happening. It's a technical thing that I simply have no control over, unfortunately. I'll have to mess with the wires after stream. Time for a new mic. Oh, yeah, definitely time for a new mic. Just sell the goalkeeper, damn it! William and Goy's coming in. Cool. Tickle ears in a pleasing way. Well, then enjoy it, I suppose. But, like, I can't hear it. It's just because probably one of the wires has come a little bit loose. I think it's because the Ethernet cable got pulled and it kind of caught on the microphone cable the other day. Top one has to be decent. Not really, no. Look at the leagues in the top 10 right now and ask yourself when the last time someone moved for £40 million from one of the 7th through 9th leagues was. I imagine it was a very long time ago, or it's never happened. So just as an example, if we look at the top 10 leagues in Europe right now, right, on the Card Vision charts, when was the last time a player moved from Denmark for more than 10 million, honestly? If not less than that, right? These leagues, until you get into the top 5, 6 maybe 7 actually, if you include the Netherlands, you're not going to expect to... When did Mudryk move from the Danish league? The point is, it's extremely rare, and to expect to have that mirrored in FM immediately is unrealistic, I suppose. Oh, sorry. Now that might have caused a crackle there. Apologies, chat. It's what I'm saying is you can't expect the moment your league even touches that to suddenly have all your players be worth £50 million. It just doesn't work like that, and nor should it either, because that would simply be incredibly unrealistic. Salzburg going to be upset. They've probably had a few, right? International tourney, yeah, and usually they're like the largest side in that league. But, and to be fair, that does kind of matter. Like, your own personal reputation does matter as well. So, like, if you're a very, very big dog in a smaller league, your players will be worth a decent amount. And to be fair, the crackle is usually just comes from a loose connection. I'll have a little look into that. This guy looks all right, you know. He's a striker, which is useless to us, but he actually looks pretty decent. Last couple of years. Okay, cool. So, but we were discussing... I said 10 there, but what we were actually discussing was people not being able to sell the players for like £50 million, which you would never expect to see a £50 million player come from the Danish league, and I feel we'll get a bit off track here anyway. Point being, I actually don't think that is a real issue. The issue was when your league becomes like a top 5 league and your players are all still worth £7 million, that is where the real problems lie. Or when you then change the actual game code to then make that correct, and then it changes it. Yeah, he's a winger, probably. I did, yes, but you understand the point I'm making. I feel like, yeah. But it would be nice if the game at least listened when your players do then gain that kind of value, and then you specifically set the rules up in a way that allows them to gain that value, and then it just ignores it. That's silly. What I'm saying is, it's not broken currently. That bit is, but not the original bit. Bit too slow. Yes, I think there is an element of that. It just randomly decides after 10 years, now we'll just sweep that all away and just kind of do what we like, and it can be a bit frustrating as a player, for sure. Particularly if you're managing in a small league and building them up. Believe me, nothing was more annoying than that. Actually, I think the second value drop in Malta, if anything, was more annoying because we thought we'd kind of got away with it. But then once we got that second one, and it just decimated us. The first one actually was more impactful, though, because it really did set us back quite a few years in the save, because all of a sudden, we could no longer sell any of our players for any kind of reasonable money and had to rely on the fact that we just couldn't do anything with them, unfortunately. Really frustrating. But that should be a relatively simple fix, you'd think, given that it's clearly ignored. Then again, Marco Goish. Sorry, not Marco. Mardo Goish. Found a new home. Who's found a new home? I'm not sure I understand what I'm looking... I mean, obviously, this is the guy that we had on loan in Sestri, but what's the new home we're talking about? I'd say it's gone okay, Bente. Things have gone poorly at the last club, but I feel like this is one we're setting ourselves up really nicely for progression. He's actually wanted by someone. Torrenense, which sounds Portuguese as well. Yeah, exactly. Losing players like Evgenios Skordis, who we then later went on to see being worth 50, 60 million pounds, because we knew he was good. But having to sell him so cheap and shit like that was so frustrating. Because it set us back way past where we actually were. 5 years, 16 players left for 10 minutes. Fair enough. I don't really see how that changes anything I said, though. But thank you for that. It was a poor example, but the point still remains true. Found a new home. Well, he had a home. It was the club we had him on loan from. Although it does look like he may potentially find a new home soon anyway. Bring to the first team. I think this guy might actually honestly have quite decent potential. He just really wasn't it in the system we were... He was never good enough for the role that he played for us, basically. Yeah, let's move. Oh, that's that team with the Ducks. Surely my assistant could like maybe start a different team here. Yeah, there we go. That's a bit better. Hey, he's actually chosen to start Smates off the right-hand side. Huh. Well for us. Oh, he didn't do well for us at all. He was useless. He was just the best of the players we had at the time, which was a pretty crappy bunch as it goes. So it's not entirely his fault, but he was certainly not good for us. He was just the best we had. Okay, maybe this is the making of him. I mean, he won't play ahead of Haidini, let's be honest. But I suppose they just want to get Massanello in there somewhere, right? It's a fully grayed out team. This should be a... Well, we're resting Smates. You're right, we were, weren't we? But my assistant wants him to start, so I can't really say no to my assistant. Right? Who would ever say no to their assistant? Besides, we should hopefully get our Mets report through in a minute. If there's time. Hopefully there is time in between to actually give us the report. I worry if we put the games too close together, it might potentially not do it. Next, well versus United. I don't think Josh King is going to be playing versus United unless you've heard anything different. He's not a starter for Fulham. He's a guy that gets used in the latter stages of games that we're already winning to slowly bed him into the squad. Like, I think he's a very impactful player as it happens. Space at a 7.1, so it's not bad. He can play off both sides, which is good to know. Team report solution. It hasn't technically worked or not worked yet, as far as I know. Let me just see if there was. The idea basically was we play a friendly against Mets. That way, we get a match report for the game, and that will allow us to see their B team. And if there's any, we might be able to see their B team potentially. Oh god, now every single. I think. My god. No badges, no nothing like that. So dead bottom of everything. And then we started off technically. Our first club the first job we got was Mariska Merch. Was it? Yeah, it is Mariska. I keep calling them Maresca. It's Mariska Merch in the it was the Luxembourg, well, top flight briefly. There we go. He looks quite good, this guy. Yeah, what we're looking for is an opposition report on Mets 2. To see if that will give us any information on the players so we can figure out which ones we can maybe loan. Supposed to listen to your assistant. Most of the time would advise against it, honestly, but sometimes it has its benefits. Post-match analysis. Oh, for God's sake. Stop making me spend all my money, you bastards. Half of our money's just going to be on youth players at this rate. But the fact that these guys are all wanted by relatively big sides or decent teams suggests to me that at the very least, I'm going to get rid of that. at the very least suggests that our youth team is cooking. And we'll get youth intakes here too, which are going to be super fun. Striker, I think he can play... But I'd rather sell him on his own accord. I think he can play as a number 10 anyway. Oh, what's the save, Yuki? A bit of that. Yeah, the AMC guy. I'd rather at least like keep them and then try and sell them to those. If those clubs want them, they can buy them off of me, right? Rather than... Oh, the Villain is in. Johan Villain. Was this the guy that was like crazy slow? And really has no business being a winger? See, this is the thing. Not only have we got really good youth prospect players, but we're basically signing these guys that are just like free youth intake extras, right? Imagine a Spanish club, the continent of Africa. Oh, yeah. It's like what Clates did with Meia. Because you got your two options. You got Meia and I think Ceuta as well. We're getting Eve Halabout. Or a customer. Is there any like lower division teams perhaps? Eve Halabout. They'll start coming after these guys soon as well.
You came in summer. In winter.
Recruitment focus. What the fuck? Okay, no wonder. I've just realized we have loads of recruitment focuses. Goalkeeper, go away. Striker, go away. Why have we got a recruitment focus for a striker? Ragnar, thank you for the follow. Ah, dear. Well, that would explain it. Right, get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Right, good. That's made my life a lot easier. No wonder we won't get any good scout stuff because they were busy doing fucking recruitment focuses. Yeah, I forgot about that. Ah, dear. It really does. But that's the reason. It's because they actually had recruitment focuses set up already. It might be that the chief scout is in charge of assignments because we haven't looked at the responsibilities. Yeah, that's what it was. Oh, Bangoshay, thank you very much for the raid, rather. There we go. That's what it was. Doff's just really after a striker. I can't help but notice that we still haven't had any information about Mets. Like, usually doesn't the opposition report come through the day before? Oh, did we get it? I must have glossed over it. One sec. Oh, yeah, match prep. Yeah, I don't think it's the same email, annoyingly. Oh, Pity's coming in too, which is dope. Nah, it doesn't tell you. They don't give us the information. Cheeky. Maybe after the game we'll get a bit of information? Maybe we'll get some information from playing. Perhaps. We'll see. Yeah, it's not the same. It's not the same email for a start, but... Just take whoever plays best. Well, it'll be a striker, won't it? Ooh. I actually think he's all right. And for the fact that we're paying £100 a week for him, I'm more than happy to keep him this season as good depth. That's all right. No striker tactic. I think so. The fact is, the way FM works, right, is that if a tactic works, the tactic works. And the evidence suggests that it does if you can build the right team. Because we know what happened in Hungary. Sorry, in Hungary? With Cardiff, right? Once we got a nice squad assembled there, whilst makes you starting again. No, I can't start him again here. We're going to start Houdini. Houdini? Houdini. If he goes missing, it's Houdini. Now, obviously, if it's after developing a really solid squad here in Belgium, we find that it's still struggling, then maybe there is some stuff there. But the fact is, with what it did for us in Cardiff, I think it was pretty clear that we were able to build a really solid tactic. However, I do have one in my back pocket should we need to switch things up a little bit. Whereas Lawrence, he's around. Cardiff Budapest. Don't punch him in the stomach. Yeah, don't do that. Watch us now go and beat Mets' second side. Which we've just done exactly that. Fair play. Also, why was Assemble playing through the middle? I need to not have that happen. We're going to take who plays best, but like, let's be honest, chat. Do we even want any of these mugs? They couldn't even beat us. No, we got a team report. It just didn't give us any information. It's this, I think. But we could try... I don't think we can try another one later in the window anyway, because they won't let us have another friendly against them. That's given us nothing, hasn't it? They're all strikers. We don't want strikers. So that can eliminate a lot of these guys. You're probably right, but I'm not going to do it again. Let's just see if they're even willing to let us have any players for free. Okay, they will. The problem with this is loan cannot be terminated. Then again, they'll just take him back, won't they? Let's just take a couple of randos. See if there's any fun ones. Maybe World Rep? There's Ibu Sane, striker. Okay, Cleo? Might be Pacey? Enough too good to be turned down. Well, you're the affiliate club, lads. Like, God, they're all bloody strikers. There's this guy here, Dos Santos, he has really good jumping reach considering he's 5'11". Six foreign loans. Ah, true. Yes. Yeah, I think a lot of our loans are foreign, really, aren't they? Most of them are not from Belgium. He already played for us. Oh, that's good then. We'll get him back. We'll get a reunion cracking. Yeah, there's been a lot of transfer business to do today, just because usually we're not rebuilding a team from scratch. Like, but that's exactly what we're essentially doing here. Take a little look at that. Yeah. We could place mates again in this one. Although it's not like he's even had a big enough rest here, really. If he's 5'11 with 18 jumping reach, then fair play. But man is in the wrong sport at that point. He could actually get on a basketball team with that kind of jumping reach. My guess is he'll have 13. But honestly, that's fine. 13 jumping reach in this league is absolutely great. It's in Seraing today. Oh, yeah, no, of course it will be. I would argue, if anything. Bear in mind, we're going to end up doing a lot of transfer stuff at the start of next stream as well. Because we're still only in July. This squad is not finished yet. We're going to be doing a lot of business at the start of next stream. If anything, I might even call it... It will still be we will play a lot of games next stream. But I still suspect that at least the first part of that stream is just going to be us doing more transfers and getting this team into a state... Sorry, chat. Just realised I was muted. Yeah, it, like, completely reset me. Like, OBS completely crashed. And now this has happened, and I don't know why, because the camera's set to on. I have no idea what's going on. Like, the camera's on. It's saying it's on. All the things that should be displayed are on.